Now, from the makers of Cold Water Omo...
The conference room of the Capital Land and Development Company is large, imposing, and dominated by a large oak desk and 7 chairs. At the moment of starting this story, it is empty. Miss Charles, an attractive, icily efficient young woman, is placing pads and pencils around the desk. Having done so, she glances at her watch and moves to the door. Before she gets there, it opens. Sir Jeremy Broadfoot enters.
Everything is set for tomorrow morning's board meeting, Sir Jeremy.
Good. Thank you, Miss Charles.
If there's nothing else, I'd like to get away early.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Important date tonight, Miss Charles?
I just wish to leave early. Good night, Sir Jeremy.
Miss Charles left the room and the building with cold dignity. Sir Jeremy permitted himself a smile as he watched her climbing into her car. What he didn't see was another car parked across the road. It had 2 men in it. They watched Miss Charles drive off. They saw Sir Jeremy draw the curtains of the conference room. They looked at each other, removed a suitcase from the back seat, and one of them said,
"Overture and beginners, old man. 5 minutes to go and curtain up."
The Avengers.
John Steed and Emma Peel, The Avengers.
Episode 1 of this story, in which John Steed and Emma Peel start their investigations into a murder case that has overtones of old-time vaudeville. The case of... Stop me if you've heard this. The 2 men in the car were Merry Maxie Martin and his partner, Jolly Jenkins. Maxie, round, chubby, and smiling, was a happy man. Jolly, morose, thin, and miserable. Maxie smiled in anticipation of what lay ahead. He indicated the Capital Land and Development Building. Jolly agreed with a languid nod of the head. They left the car, crossed the road, and let themselves into the building. In the corridor that led to the conference room, they stopped. Maxie put down the suitcase.
This'll do all right. Quick change.
Right. Ta-tum, ba-bum, ta-tum, ba-bum, ta-ta-ta-ta-tum, ta-tum.
Boom. Open up. We're in the wings.
Jolly Jenkins opened the case, and from it took a battered straw hat, a false shirt front, and a magician's wand. Maxie donned a coloured bowler with blonde straw hair attached and placed a clown's red ping-pong ball over his nose. They both changed their shoes. Jolly into a pair of tap shoes, Maxie into the oversized clown's shoes. In a matter of seconds, they were ready.
This is it. Come on, we're on.
Inside the conference room, Sir Jeremy looked up in surprise, wondering who could be arriving so late. He hardly had time to say,
"Come in,"
when the door burst open, and the act began.
You've got to S-M-I-L-E. To be
What the devil?
H-A-double-P.
Who are you?
I say. Would you care to hear what the girl said to the sailor?
Certainly not.
What sort of joke is this? Now, look here. You may think that this is very funny.
No, not funny, old man. Not funny.
I'll tell you what is funny. A man was walking down the street. He met his pal who'd been married for 50 years. He said, "Here, ever thought of divorce during your marriage?"
And the other fellow said, "No, only murder."
Here, speaking of murder, this'll just kill you.
Maxie drew a large, long-barreled pistol from his pocket. He pointed it at Sir Jeremy and fired. Sir Jeremy, a look of utter bewilderment on his face, clutched at his chest. A red stain appeared on his white shirt, spreading over his fingers as he slowly fell across the desk. Dead. The 2 men hardly gave him a glance, but with a hand on each other's shoulders, they made a typical vaudeville exit from the room.
Oh, we're very, very sad that you've had to leave us, but when you've gotta go, you've gotta go.
Much later, another car made its way through the web of streets towards the Capital Land and Development Building. It was Steed's car. He was at the wheel, Mrs. Peel alongside, with a very intricate street map.
Where are we now?
Page 31.
Oh, that helps a great deal.
Oh, sorry. According to this, we should just have passed over a couple of squiggly lines with a blob at the end.
A railway bridge.
And dead ahead is a broad band with zigzags.
What? That's the Thames.
Oh, well, then we take the first left before that.
Right.
No, left.
I mean right. Left.
We sound like a music hall act. Right, I mean. Oh, forget it. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the right.
Got to be right this time.
How was Sir Jeremy Broadfoot killed?
Shot. The boys have moved in, cleaned the place up, left everything for us.
Signs of a struggle?
Oh, not at all. This car may be tricky to handle in a confined area,
I meant Sir Jeremy. Any signs that he's... Left?
Taken by surprise.
I know, but I realized we should...
I meant Sir Jeremy. No sign of a struggle. He was taken by surprise.
Or knew the murderer. Now we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11th on the right. That is... Yes. Then we are... Oh, dear.
From where I sit, it looks as though you've got the map upside down.
It is. Upside down.
Well, then we'll just have to go back to the beginning and... Hey, look.
The Capital Land and Development Company. Stop! But how?
Never question the dark mystique of fortuity, Mrs. Peel. Just close the darn map and get out. Let us hasten to the scene of the crime.
Some minutes later, Steed and Mrs. Peel were in the conference room, gazing down at the chalk markings on the floor which outlined where Sir Jeremy had slithered off the oak desk.
I suppose the whole place has been what the crime writers call thoroughly searched.
Thoroughly.
Mrs. Peel reached down under the desk and retrieved a magician's wand. She gazed at it reflectively.
The results are waiting for us in Sir Jeremy's private office. This way.
Oh, right.
Mrs. Peel, aren't you forgetting something?
It's 241 shopping days to Christmas? No?
No.
Oh, it's your birthday?
No. Why have we been called in?
Well, that's a good thought. Why have we been called in?
Well, this company, the Capital Land Development Company, have just landed the contract.
Ah, I see. What contract?
Cupid.
Cupid?
Cupid.
Who is he?
What is it? In the event of war, where would the government want to go?
The moon?
Ah, no, quite the opposite. Underground. Cupid. C-U-P-I-D. The Cabinet Underground Premises in Depth. Are to be built by this company.
Oh. So naturally, when one of their directors gets popped off...
We are very concerned. Now, let's look at the evidence.
Okay. What's Exhibit 1?
A footprint found in the grounds outside.
They took a plaster cast, I hope.
They did indeed. This is it.
Steed indicated a cast of a large clown's shoe. Small heel. All foot.
There's something written on it.
Yes, a footnote, as it were. Despite the size of the shoe, the impression depth suggests the person was of normal height.
Not a giant.
No. Unless, of course, he was a remarkably thin one.
A dieting giant? Can't be very common.
What have you got there?
Oh, this?
Mrs. Peel waved the stick she'd picked up.
Oh, this stick. I picked it up in the other room under the desk. It seems to be...
At the wave of the wand, it sprouted paper flowers.
Ah, a bunch of flowers. For you, Steed, with my love.
A quick drive away from the Capital Land and Development Company is a variety artist's rest home. It's called Gresham Grange, or more commonly known as Grease Paint Grange. In the main hall is a tiny proscenium arch, and on the small stage is a permanent Punch and Judy theatre. A collection of old-time actors and musicians gathered around it in movable wooden chairs. The show was a late one, but the audience was rapt in attention. In the front row sat Maxie Martin and Jolly Jenkins. Punch pushed onto the platform a gallows and hammered on the wooden stand.
Excellent, gentlemen. There were no complications?
None. Exactly as he says. It went exactly as rehearsed.
And you're quite certain you were not seen?
Oh, quite certain.
Not a cell was about.
Just like first house on a Monday.
We didn't get an hand.
Gentlemen, ladies, please, quiet. I must remind you that Sir Jeremy was only one of the board. Our work must continue.
I agree. No resting, even matinees on the weekends.
A long run, that's what we are after.
Our revenge will not be complete until all the directors are gone. Look at this, gentlemen. This is a portrait of another director of the Capital Land and Development Company. His name is the Honorable Thomas Randolph Cleghorn. He is your next victim. Strike. Strike now. Now. He must be killed.
Kill.
Killed. 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 Killed.
John Steed and Mrs. Peel found themselves assigned to an unusual murder case. Murder cases weren't really their department. Normally, it would be a police or a Scotland Yard matter. But Sir Jeremy Broadfoot was an extremely important man whose company had just landed a secret government project. He had been shot dead, and his death might jeopardize the government planning. So, Steed and Emma Peel found themselves looking into things. They hadn't got very far, and certainly didn't anticipate that another murder had been arranged. The victim this time was the Honourable Thomas Randolph Cleghorn, who was extremely fond of hunting, shooting, and fishing. He was very much a hunting, shooting, and fishing man.
Yes. Splendid day for a shoot, Ponsonby.
Oh, rather.
Water looks fine. Plenty of fowl here. I should get a brace of plump duck within the hour.
Oh, should do.
Look, I'll take the far shore side. You work round to the woods over there. Flush 'em out. Ducks will rise on this marsh. I'll give 'em a duck call.
Oh, great.
Listen. There, see?
But what Cleghorn didn't know was that some little way away, in the marshland, merry Maxie Martin and Jolly Jenkins, attired in their stage outfits, were sitting in a flat punt. Jenkins blew through a musical instrument and repeated the duck call.
Oh, that'll get 'em, Jolly. They'll be falling in the aisles. Got the feathers ready?
Feathers at the ready, Maxie. Ta-dum, ta-dum, tum-tum.
Dum-da-da-da-da-dum-da-da-da-dum. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the most death-defying act since William Tell and the apple.
Maxie stooped low into the boat and put on the colourful bowler. On the top of it was an artificial duck.
Play it again, Jolly. Encore! Play it again.
Maxie stood up in the punt. The artificial duck appeared above the reeds.
Cool, near thing. Like facing rotten eggs at the old Empire Out Depot. Here, Jolly boy, throw the feathers, mate, throw the feathers.
Jolly Jenkins threw a handful of feathers into the air, and they both crouched low in the punt. A few minutes later, Cleghorn splashed his way through the marsh, crashing through the reeds, confident of a kill.
I say. Would you care to hear what the girl said to the sailor?
Oh, don't be disgusting.
Perfectly correct. I thank you. We always hit 'em hard, knock 'em in the house like this.
And this. And this.
And this.
Maxie and Jolly made their exit in the punt.
Oh, we're very, very sad that you've had to leave us, but when you've gotta go, you've gotta go.
What do you think it is, Steve?
Red ping-pong ball with a hole in it. Concentrate on the game. I thought you were good at table tennis.
I am. Come on, your service.
16-7.
Of course, it needn't have anything to do with the murder.
It was found on the scene of the crime, near Cleghorn's body.
Yes, so you said. But the Honourable T.R. Cleghorn was drowned.
And bopped on the head, severely. Very badly bashed on the top of his artistic cranium.
Bopped with the traditional bopper, in fact.
A blunt instrument. There.
Shot.
Oh, none of it makes much sense. Gigantic footprints, sticks that turn into bunches of flowers, and now red ping-pong balls.
Well, perhaps I'll stand more chance of beating you if I used the red ping-pong ball. Or wore it as a nose. Hey, Steed. Da-da-da-da-da-da, all the world loves the clown.
Mrs. Peel popped the red ball onto the end of her nose and did a little clown's dance.
Now, why the devil didn't I think of that? Of course. Come on, Mrs. Peel. I've got another job for you.
You're joking.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not even clowning. Come on.
The Variety Organization's makeup registration office in Stepney consists of 2 very crowded rooms and only one person. The person is Miss Marcia Rugman, a small lady, nervous and highly strung. She'd led a very checkered life, having been a singer, a dancer, a trapeze artist, a wardrobe mistress, a dresser, and now keeper of records. When Mrs. Peel walked into the building, Miss Rugman was painting an egg. She was painting most meticulously the face of a clown upon it, noting every detail of its distinctive makeup. Mrs. Peel rang the doorbell rather loudly. Miss Rugman gave a start, the egg rolled off the desk and broke.
Oh, dear. That's the second today. Oh, all right. Patience.
Yes? Marcia Rugman? Makeup registration?
Yes?
Emma Peel. I phoned you earlier to ask for information. May I come in?
Come in. Oh, that's most unusual.
Is it? I thought these were public offices.
But that's the trouble. They're too public. Oh, all right. Come in if you must, but kindly notice the notices.
Mrs. Peel looked around the walls. There were many notices, all exhorting callers to take care.
Don't tread carelessly or bang into anything. Don't swing handbags. Don't talk loudly. Don't bounce on your toes. Don't vibrate. Don't even breathe near eggs. Just don't.
One section particularly could apply to you, the handbag. You see, I have to take these precautions. Every clown's makeup in this section is carefully recorded on an egg and stored in those long racks. Every clown's face registered and copyrighted, all on large-sized eggs. Oh, if they ever broke...
Omelettes for life?
This is not funny, Mrs. Peel.
Oh, sorry. I want to trace a clown, a red-nosed comedian.
What does he look like?
Ah, well, that's the trouble. We have so little to go on, except this.
Mrs. Peel drew from her pocket the red ping-pong ball with the hole in it.
Of course, to me, it's just a red ping-pong ball, but perhaps...
It will take time. Colour, shape. It will take time. But just leave it to me. I'll trace it. Yes, leave it to me.
Miss Marcia Rugman may have been confident that she could trace this red-nosed comic, but the board of the Capital Land and Development Company weren't so sure it would do any good.
A red-nosed comedian? Oh, really, Steed?
Well, that's the line we're following, Lord Dessington.
But where's the sense in it? 2 of our board have been murdered. You're trying to tell us that some fellow with a red nose...
would be excellently disguised. Not so, Seagrave?
Steve's got a point there, my lord. All clowns look alike.
What do you think, Wiltshire?
I prefer a good baritone myself, or a troop of gals, eh? High-stepping young fillies. No disguising their charm.
That's hardly the point. I still say, what's the sense in it, Steed? You were brought in because of Project Cupid, because the murders might be part of a bigger plot to wreck the project, and now we're talking about comedians.
The whole thing's been trouble from the very start. This project...
Oh, come now, Wiltshire.
What do you mean, trouble? I thought it had all gone smoothly.
And so it has, Mr. Steed. As the youngest member and accountant...
you know least about it, Seagrave. What about the fights we've had? Bradfoot and Cleghorn arguing about the choice of materials, you and Dessington over the choice of subcontractors.
Perfectly normal on a project of Cupid size. Natural to have disagreements on perfectly amicable terms.
Yes, well, I won't keep you any longer, gentlemen. I don't have to warn you to be on your guard.
Against comedians? What'll he do? Tickle us to death?
It won't be a joking matter. Oh, incidentally, Mr. Seagrave, you were wrong about all clowns looking the same. Every clown registers his personal makeup. It's copyright, and they can all be traced. That's what we're working on at the moment. Well, good day.
Later, in Greasepaint Grange, Punch, from his stage, was holding forth.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have summoned this meeting because we do have an emergency.
An emergency? What is it? We were all set to play the game with Wiltshire.
Wiltshire will have to wait. This concerns part of your makeup, carelessly left at the scene of the last crime.
Oh, that was only a facial extremity, a scarlet proboscis,
A nose by any other name. It was a vital clue to your identity. You have both been wearing full stage makeup.
Well, I work best when I'm in
I
costume.
feel naked without it.
He's right.
We work the act like this all the time.
Quite. But your makeup is distinctive to you.
Well, of course it is. If I found out anybody was pinching my eggs, you know what The registration offices. Miss Rugman.
Exactly. She is the emergency. She must be disposed of. What do you say to that?
Kill! Two members of the board of directors of the Capital Land and Development Company had been murdered, and John Steed and Emma Peel were, frankly, baffled. The only real clue they had was a theatrical one, a red nose in the shape of a ping-pong ball. The sort of nose a clown would wear. Not much to go on, except that every clown has to have his makeup registered. Mrs. Peel had gone to the registration offices and interviewed a nervous little lady named Marcia Rugman. Miss Rugman had promised to identify the red nose from the hundreds she had registered. Mrs. Peel was content to wait. John Steed was resigned to waiting. But Mary Maxie Martin, who owned the nose, wouldn't wait a moment longer.
Come on, we got to get there fast, Jolly.
Don't call us. We'll call you. Here we go.
No, not that fast. We don't want to end up dead like the rest of them. No, not that slow. We'll never get there at this pace.
You know something, Maxie?
What?
I think you better drive.
I don't wish to know that. Kindly leave the stage. Look, the whole act's been like a hearse all week. It's either Miss Rugman's hearse or it's a double bill affair. Yours and mine. Carry on, but for heaven's sake, find the place.
I think it's down a bit and then second on the prompt side.
Then get there, will you? This is the most important date we've ever had, Jolly. Get there.
Miss Marcia Rugman had worked quietly but thoroughly for hours, going through all the clown's makeups illustrated upon her countless rows of eggs. She sighed impatiently.
Oh, takes so much time. There are so many faces and so few clues. Think, I might just put my finger on him at any moment. And then again, of course, it could take days. Ah!
Miss Rugman stretched out a nervous hand.
This could be it. Yes, I think so. Now, all I have to do is to ring Mrs. Peel and report the whole matter. Peace at last.
As Miss Rugman made her way towards the small outer office which contained the telephone, a fanlight in the storeroom opened.
Careful now, Jolly. Any noise is going to spoil our whole entrance. Right. Great. Here I come. Good. Where is the old bag? Must be through in the other office. Okay, Jolly, let's try the old banana routine.
Suits me.
Miss Rugman was on the phone to Emma Peel.
Hello, Mrs. Peel. Yes, Marcia Rugman of Variety Registration.
Oh, yes. Have you any news for me?
Yes, I think so. The red nose seems to be identical to that used by a variety comedian known as... Oh dear, something's happening. Hold on.
Here we go, Jolly. A 1, a 2, a 3. I say. Would you care to hear what the girl said to the sailor?
That is ridiculous.
Perfectly correct, I think. Oh.
Now, what is this? What's going on? What do you think you're...
There was a large banana skin in the way. Miss Rugman, in her concern, didn't see it until too late. She ended up under a bench. Maxie produced his toy pistol, and he and Jolly went into their exit routine.
Oh, we're very, very sad that you've had to leave us, but when you gotta go, you gotta go.
It was Miss Rugman. She sounded as though she had something to tell me. Then she was called away, and there was some crazy type singing going on. I think the old girl's in trouble. You better come with me, Steve.
By the time Steed and Emma Peel had broken into the registration offices, Maxie and Jolly had, of course, left. Miss Rugman didn't look a pretty sight, lying on the floor amongst the broken eggs and the filing cabinets.
All the king's horses.
And all the king's men. Poor thing, nasty mess.
What the devil was she about to tell you?
We shall never know.
I sincerely hope we shall. Now, let's see. She was on the telephone. That's through here. Yes, the phone's still off the hook. Ah. What's this on the writing pad?
Hey, let me see. A red-nosed comedian, the registration of Mary Maxie Martin.
We could be getting somewhere at last.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Maxie and Jolly. Superbly executed, if you will forgive the pun.
The egg woman can't give us away now, eh, Jolly? That's no yoke, eh?
They don't call Maxie the man with a million cracks for nothing.
Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum.
What next, Mr. Punch? Or rather, who is next?
Back to the directors, of course.
Wiltshire. We had a new routine all worked out for him, didn't we, Jolly?
Sure. This one will go like a bomb, Mr. Punch. Like a bomb.
Right. Wiltshire it is, then. But first...
Yes?
First, I think you must think carefully. Is there anyone else who could give you away? Anyone who knows your act well?
No, everyone we know is dead.
Yeah, or soon will be.
Right. Then you'd better get off to rehearse. We don't want anything to go wrong.
It won't, we promise you. Split-second timing. That's been the secret of our success. Come on, Jolly. Let's give him the old Tabex in. La-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Oh, we're very, very glad that we have to leave you. But when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Meeting dismissed. That concludes our session.
Here, there's just one thing, Mr. Punch.
Oh? Yes. Who is it? Letty LaRue, the lass from Lancashire. What is it, Letty?
You asked if there was anyone who knew Max's act. Well, what about the gag writer?
Gag writer?
Aye. I work through all the halls up north with Maxie and Jolly. They always have the same gag writer.
You think he might give something away?
Max and Jolly haven't really worked for years, but they could be traced through the gag writer.
Quiet. Anyone know the name of this gag writer?
Marler. Bradley Marler. That's his name. Bradley Marler.
So this Mary Maxie Martin hasn't really been in work for ages, Steve.
Resting, Mrs. Peel.
And what are we doing in this sleazy place?
Bradley Marler.
Who's he?
A writer. The only person I can find who might lead us to Mary Maxie. He used to write his material for him.
Gag writer? I've never met one of those before.
Well, it's always nice to have a new experience. Here we are.
Come in.
Bradley Marler was an experience. Wearing dirty slacks and an enormous sweater, he was sitting behind a rickety desk, peering at a typewriter. Papers fell from the desk, spilling over the floor. He looked up and ran his fingers through long, unkempt hair.
Bradley Marler?
If I'm not, I'm having a great time with his wife. Great time with his wife. Not bad, eh? Jot that down.
Beg your pardon?
It's a joke. Great time with his wife, and I'm not even married. Well, perhaps not.
Yes, well, I'm John Steed. This is Emma Peel.
Steed and Peel. No, never heard of you. Song and dance? Acrobat? Now, listen to this. Girl was going to marry a millionaire. Friend of hers said, do you know what you're doing? He's 78. The girl says, look, if someone gives you a blank check, you don't look at the date. Like it?
Devastating. Not so, Mrs. Peel?
It has a certain humorous shape.
Don't go away. I've got more here.
We were hoping that you could help us.
I'm a writer, not an agent. Can't get anyone work.
We're not in the entertainment business.
Oh, in television. I've got an hilarious brain surgeon routine.
Not television.
Oh, a doe rabbit came out of the prairie bush and said, I wouldn't do that again for $50.
Yes. Well, we don't want to start any hairs running. I understand you used to write gags for Mary Maxie Martin.
Who hasn't worked for some time. Hardly surprising.
Maxie Martin? Dear old Maxie Martin. Whatever happened to him?
Yes, well, we thought you might be able to tell us.
I haven't seen him for years. A great comedian, a quick change artist.
You don't know where he might be at the moment?
No. Where do they all go? Vaudeville, Barabi, it's dead.
Theatres, music halls, closed. Maxie Martin and Jolly Jenkins. Old style, that act. Couldn't adapt a new routine.
Yes, well, tell me more about Maxie.
What is there to tell? He ruled the Gloucester Palladium. Played there for years. They loved him.
The Gloucester Palladium, that rings a bell.
Yeah, it's closed now, of course. It's been stamped in empty for I don't know how long. Falling to pieces, I shouldn't wonder. Like all the other old theatres.
Yes, well, times change.
Sad. Sad when you think you'll never see Max's big feet again, and that red nose. Yeah, Ferrati's dead.
Is it? I wonder. Dead, but, won't lie down.
Or it might just be deciding to fight back.
By trailing around the old haunts like the Gloucester Palladium. Let's go, Mrs. Peel. Bye, Mr. Marler. Thanks a lot.
John Steed was sure he was right in thinking that the murders of the directors of the Capital Land and Development Company were connected with old-time variety music hall. Mrs. Peel thought so too, but couldn't for the life of her see why. But there was evidence to link the crimes with Merry Maxie Martin and his partner, Jolly Jenkins. But no one, not even Bradley Marler, who used to write material for their act, knew where the two comedians were. It seems that old variety artists never die, they simply fade away. But successful company directors do die. Sir Jeremy Broadfoot, the Honourable Thomas Randolph Cleghorn, and now Brigadier Wiltshire. Lord Dessington, also on the board, was worried. Don't blame him.
Three of us gone now, Miss Charles.
Don't look at me, Lord Dessington. I really am almost as upset as you are. I assure you it had nothing to do with me.
Of course it hasn't, you silly woman. And you're safe enough.
I don't quite know what you mean.
Well, I mean, no one's likely to murder you.
I sincerely hope not. I've always tried to do my best for the company.
Yes, of course. Well, there's work to do. Come, let's go into my office. Dictation.
Yes, Lord Dessington. I'll just get my book.
Very well. Follow me.
At the door of his office, Lord Dessington paused and called back as he opened the door.
Oh, and bring with you the...
Lord Dessington staggered back into the boardroom. He gazed in horror at the floor of his office. There was a very large, heavy arc lamp, shattered in 100 pieces.
Miss Charles! Miss Charles!
Coming. Oh, what on earth have you done?
It isn't what I've done, Miss Charles. It's what someone has tried to do to me. Call John Steed. Tell him someone has just tried to kill me. Call him at once.
John Steed arrived in double-quick time.
Placed so that it would fall upon the next person to enter. Old-fashioned type of joke. The would-be killer has an old-fashioned mind. It all fits.
If I hadn't paused to give extra instructions to Miss Charles, then I'd probably...
Yes, I see what you mean. But our killer made one mistake. He didn't get you.
Lord Dessington, I've just heard the news. Are you all right?
Just all right, Seagrave. Just all right.
Well, it's no thanks to you, Steed. 3 of us dead. And now another murderous attack. And what, might I ask, have you been doing to help? Chasing eggs? Or is it still red noses?
One red nose, actually. Attached to a gentleman known as Merry Maxie Martin. Clown, comic, quick change artist, soft shoe shuffler, star of the Gloucester Palladium, and, I suspect, killer.
There's a killer about, all right. I can't say if... Gloucester Palladium, did you say?
Yes, that's right.
But this company owns the Gloucester Palladium.
Huh?
Miss Charles, fetch the file on the theatre building.
I'm afraid it isn't available. We filed it in our archives.
Eh? You'll just have to take our word for it, Steed. The Gloucester Palladium is ours. Bought it along with a whole chain of vaudeville theatres. 30 or 40 of them. All due for demolition, of course. Vaudeville dead, as you know.
Yes, that's what Mrs. Peel and I have both been saying. And Mrs. Peel advanced the theory that vaudeville might be fighting back. It looks as though she's right, doesn't it?
In the main hall of Greasepaint Grange, the home of old variety actors, Mr. Punch, on his small Punch and Judy stage, was once again the center of attraction. He banged the stand with his cudgel.
Failed.
Oh, we're sorry, Mr. Punch.
Very sorry, Mr. Punch.
Sorry? What's the good of being sorry? It was a total failure.
Oh, don't worry. We'll do better, second house.
Yeah, of course. Second house, we always slay 'em.
Lord Dessington should now be dead.
But he will be. Very soon. You can't win 'em all, you know.
Jolly's right. We'll leave again immediately. It won't happen again. We promise. Come on, Jolly. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, we're very, very
Wait, wait.
to leave.
Hey?
I asked the company earlier if there was anyone you could think of who might prove to be a danger to our plan.
Well, we told you, no one.
No one.
Miss Letty from Lancashire says otherwise. Not so, Miss Letty?
What about your old gag writer, Maxie? The one who gave you all those blue jokes that closed us down in Scunthorpe.
What, you mean...
That's right, Bradley Marler. He was a lousy writer, in my opinion. Should have stayed off the Stout more. But he was devoted to you. He'll know where you are and could give us all away.
Bradley Marler. Yeah. Haven't used him for years.
Well, you'd better use him now. Once and for all time. Agreed?
Bradley Marler, much as he loathed the medium, was working on a new TV series. It was clear from the amount of paper reaching up to his ankles that he wasn't getting along very smoothly. There was no knock at the door. It was merely thrown open. And entrance as usual.
I say. Would you care to hear what the girl said to the sailor?
Absolutely impossible.
Ha-ha, perfectly right, I think. Oh.
Maxie, Martin, and Jolly Jenkins. Great, just great. Hi, boys, take a chair.
Hi. Long time no see.
Funny you chaps should pitch up. You know, there's been a fella in here looking for you.
Is that so? You hear that, Jolly?
Just in time. We found you just in time.
Where you been hiding yourselves?
Underneath the arches. We dream our dreams away.
Got it! Grease Paint Grange. That's where you've been, of course. And you plan a comeback, so that's why you come to me. You need fresh material. You want to get in and make a killing, that's right?
A killing? That's right.
Killing, that's right.
Hey, do you remember that knife throwing act I worked out for you? It was sensational. You remember, Jolly? You used to stand in front of that ball.
Yes, that's right. Show me how, Brad. Show me how.
You have your hands outstretched like this. And you, Maxie, you used to pretend that you were drunk. Great.
Yeah, that's right. I used to stagger about the stage like this. Oh, yes. And I had a bit of pattern. I used to sing a little number. I'm hungover bad this morning. That's why they call me Max the Knife. And then I used to throw the knife drunkenly, but of course very accurately, like this. Oh!
The large, vicious-looking knife swished through the air. It was accurate. The handle protruded from the center of Bradley Marlowe's chest.
Oh, we're very, very sad that you've had to leave us. But when you've got to go, you've got to go.
Well, now, Mrs. Peel, you know what you have to do.
Mm-hmm. Stay close to Lord Dessington, act as bodyguard.
That's right. I think there's no doubt that they'll try again.
Right. I'll stay very close. I won't let him out of my sight, not even for a second.
3 people have been killed, and, well, I suppose one can't blame people like young Seagrave for wondering why we haven't foreseen what would happen. They could try and get at Lord Dessington at any time.
Don't worry, Steve. They won't get at him. Not with me around.
That's what I like to hear. Confidence. Well, here we are. I only hope that Lord Dessington agrees to your being so, intimate.
We'll see just how intimate he thinks it's going to be.
I'm very worried, Mr. Seagrave. Very worried.
I think we all are, Miss Giles.
You know, Mr. Seagrave, that Lord Dessington is a very busy man. But in point of fact, he doesn't use his office as often as other people.
Oh, rubbish. Of course he does. Who else uses it more than he does?
One person in particular.
Who?
Me.
Good gracious. Well, you can hardly be serious. Who would want to kill you?
That's what Lord Dessington said. He considers me completely unimportant. But I'd like to point out that if these murders are calculated to destroy Project Cupid and undermine the whole of this company, there are 2 people who know more about the business dealings than any others. One is me, because as confidential secretary, nothing can be kept from me. And the other is you, Mr. Seagrave, as company secretary. I think you should be worried, too. Don't you?
John Steed dropped Emma Peel off at Lord Dessington's and drove home in a thoughtful mood. When he entered his apartment, the phone was ringing.
Steed?
Steed. Mr. Steed. Marla.
Bradley Marler? Yes, what is it?
Don't know what you can make of this, but it really killed me. When Mary Maxie called.
Maxie Martin called on you. Did you get his address?
Yes, written it down on a paper. The knife.
Knife? What knife? What are you talking about? Marler? Marler, answer me.
It's on the...
Marler! What is it, Marler? What are you playing at, Marler?
No good, Steed. Bradley Marler has cracked his last gag. With 3 murders, 1 attempted murder, and 1 undiscovered murder they know nothing about, John Steed and Emma Peel were not doing very well on this case. They knew that the whole board of the Capital Land and Development Company was threatened with destruction. They knew that a vaudeville artist, known on the boards as Merry Maxie Martin, and his partner Jolly Jenkins, were possibly responsible for the crimes. But how and why was still a mystery. Steed and Mrs. Peel felt that their job was to protect the remaining members who could be in danger. Lord Dessington was an obvious target, one attempt having already been made on his life.
Shh. Wait. Oh, Miss Charles, isn't it?
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Quite thrown off my balance. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lord Dessington. I didn't mean to disturb you.
No. Come in, Miss Charles. Come in.
Miss Charles is in.
I came to remind you, sir, that you are due at Farrington Hall today. You asked me to jog your memory.
Yes, so I did. Do you fancy a trip into the country?
Oh, yes. Yes, I think that sounds very attractive.
You are going with Mrs. Peel?
Well, why not?
I'm sorry, sir. I apologize. After all, it has nothing to do with me.
You're right there.
I have apologized.
What is it, Miss Charles? Don't you approve of my charming bodyguard? Mrs. Peel has agreed to look after me. You think it's a good idea?
It isn't for me to say, sir, is it?
No, it isn't. But now you've shown your disapproval, you might just as well continue your opinions.
Well, as you have asked, I hardly think that it is right for the company's image.
Do you think that another murder might help the company's image, Miss Charles?
I hardly think that the would-be killer will strike again so soon, particularly at Farrington Hall. However, Lord Dessington, I'm sure that the lady knows what she is doing.
Yes, I'm sure that she does. Shall we go then, Mrs. Peel? Before the sparks fly.
While Mrs. Peel concentrated on her task of looking after Lord Dessington, John Steed was following up on the mysterious phone call he'd had from Bradley Marler, the variety gag writer. He'd called at Marler's office before to ask for information regarding Maxie Martin. Marler had promised to help trace him if it was at all possible. But the phone call had been desperate and garbled. Steed had got round there straight away to find...
Stabbed? That's what he meant about the knife. Stabbed or is this a throwing knife? Yes, it is. A knife thrown into his chest. Knife throwing act? Again, we have this theatricality. He must have dragged himself to the phone, dialed my number, blurted out the message, and then this. But he did say he'd written down the address where Maxie Martin is staying, but where in all this?
Steed looked around at the hopeless confusion of Marler's office. The whole place was knee-deep in papers, all scribbled on.
My wife is so changeable. A month ago I adored her. Today I can't stand the sight of her. A candle maker is one who works only on weekends. Oh, no. No wonder Maxie Martin gave it up if this is all he had to go on. Oh, well, somewhere amongst this lot is the clue I'm after. It's only a question of time.
And Mr. Punch addressed his audience once again with...
It's only a question of time. They're all going. Bradley Marler had taken his last curtain call.
Oh, well, we did our best, Mr. Punch.
And you know what our best is like? We knock 'em out.
We paralyze 'em.
We slay 'em.
Oh, Lord, why? We thought we would have tried. We slayed 'em in the old Kent Road.
Very good, very good, very good. But now to business. You must both leave at once. It is essential that you both rectify your previous mistake. You know what I mean.
Lord Dessington?
Lord Dessington?
Lord Dessington. He must be killed. He must be killed. He must be killed. He must be...
Lord Dessington drove Mrs. Peel down into the country. He was in a particularly thoughtful mood.
A penny for them, Mrs. Peel.
Oh, just going over things. Steed and I haven't done too well on this case, Lord Dessington.
Well, it's hardly your fault. The whole affair is quite bewildering. I mean, what the devil have we got to do with music halls and all that sort of rubbish?
Well, it's clear enough that your company has taken over lots of the old variety theatres and is in the process of pulling them down.
Even so, that's just a business transaction. Vaudeville is dead. There's no place for it. We can't blame us.
But somebody does.
Yes, but why?
I'm not sure. There's more to it than that. The Variety Act is just a cover-up. There's someone who's behind it all. It must be someone who knows about Project Cupid.
Eh? You think so?
I'm sure of it.
Well, I don't see it myself.
Well, neither do I. That's the reason I'm trying to think it all out. How long has Miss Charles worked for you, Lord Dessington?
Eh? Oh, about 2 years.
Yes, I see. And all the information on Project Cupid is filed away in the offices of the Capital Land and Development Company?
Of course. I'll tell you quite frankly, Mrs. Peel, that I'm darn glad to get out of the place for a bit. I don't know why, but I feel safer in the country.
Well, I wouldn't be too sure about that, Lord Dessington. Are we here already?
Yes, this is Farrington Hall. Or at least where it will be.
But it isn't even built.
No, not yet. But it's all planned. Like your opinion on it. As you see, it's all marked out with white tape. Every room. Do you understand builder's plans?
Well, I haven't exactly majored in the subject, but I think I can catch on. The house will face this way.
Yes, that's right. The windows will be here, facing the hill.
Remarkable view.
Mrs. Peel, you are standing in the fireplace.
Oh, so sorry. I think the place has possibilities, Lord Dessington. But I'm...
Mrs. Peel stopped and looked keenly at a cluster of bushes.
What is it, Mrs. Peel?
I thought I saw something move down there in what will be your gardens. The bushes. They move.
Burnham Wood comes to Dunsinane, eh?
Well, something like that. Although it's unlucky to quote from Macbeth, you know. We've had plenty of attention from the variety stages. Heaven help us if the classics catch up with us.
That was hardly likely, for down in the bushes, the two comedians were ready to start their act yet once again.
Ready, Jolly, old boy?
Ready, Maxie. We've got to be good this time.
Yeah, sure. Now, just keep up the pace and don't gag through the laughs.
Do you think we're going to get any?
Sure. He who laughs last and all that. Are you all set? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You've got to S-M-I-L-E to B-H-A-P-P-Y.
Back in the marked-out foundations of Farrington Hall, Mrs. Peel and Lord Dessington were amazed to hear the sounds of a comedy song emanating from the bottom of the grounds. Lord Dessington was inclined to be amused. Mrs. Peel wasn't. She drew a revolver from her handbag, gave an order to Lord Dessington...
Stay here.
...and made off in the direction of the sound.
Here she comes. Now, you take her on, Jolly. I'll do the dirty deed.
Sure. Come here, me proud beauty.
Jolly legged it into the bushes. Mrs. Peel followed. But Merry Maxim Martin remained hidden. Then, when all the confusion appeared to have passed, he calmly walked up the slight slope and said to Lord Dessington,
"Oh, I'm very, very sad that you have to leave us, but when you gotta go, you gotta go."
What the devil? Keep your hands off.
That's too bad. A bit of a tight squeeze, as the actress said to the bishop.
Maxie had his hands round Lord Dessington's throat. A short while later, Lord Dessington died. Mrs. Peel tore after Jolly Jenkins, but she didn't catch him. In a strange way, he seemed to know the undergrowth better than she did. He just vanished.
I missed him. How the devil did that happen? Not a disappearing act as well.
Mrs. Peel returned to the marked-out patch of ground where Lord Dessington had planned to build Farrington Hall. He lay, sprawled in the grass, amongst the chalk marks.
Oh, no.
It was at that moment that Mrs. Peel heard the car taking off. She could have sworn that someone in the car was singing.
Very, very sad that you had to leave us, but when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Mrs. Peel made after the car. In Lord Dessington's Rolls-Royce, she was able to make good time, catching up easily on the worn-out old jalopy driven by Maxie Martin. But he hadn't far to go. He turned into the entrance to Greasepaint Grange just ahead of her. It was at that precise moment that John Steed stopped wading through countless pages of script written by Bradley Marler.
Ah, got it. Gresham Grange, commonly known as Greasepaint Grange. Of course, the old-timers' rest home. That's where we'll find them.
You'll find tragedy unless you move more quickly, Steed. Get going. Mrs. Peel had been driven down to the site of Farrington Hall by Lord Dessington. John Steed had appointed Mrs. Peel as Lord Dessington's personal bodyguard, and Mrs. Peel hadn't done too good a job. Lord Dessington was dead, strangled by Maxie Martin, who, with his partner Jolly Jenkins, had made a smooth getaway. But Mrs. Peel had followed them and ended up at Greasepaint Grange. Outside the building, she swung the car to a stop. To her surprise, she found herself confronted by a policeman.
Good afternoon, madam. What seems to be the trouble?
Oh, well, I can't explain, officer, but I've traced two men here. I suspect they're criminals. Thank goodness you're here. Will you please stand by? I may need you to make an arrest.
Well, of course, ma'am. I'm on duty. Got me truncheon ready, and where I hit, no grass ever grows. Like this.
Oh.
Mrs. Peel, taken completely by surprise, collapsed under the blow. Maxie Martin caught her expertly and whistled to Jolly Jenkins.
Give us a hand, Jolly. A bird in the bush is worth two in the cinema.
Right.
Ooh, they always fall, don't they? Funny I can always fool a woman.
Bless him. What would Madeline's be without him, eh?
Too true. Let's get her inside. Mr. Punch will want to know the latest happenings. Now, you take her feet. I'll hold her under the arms. Here we go now, then. Oh, we're very, very pleased that you come to join us. And when you've got to come, you've got to come.
Mr. Punch, on his small stage in the main hall, was interested.
No one saw you? Are you sure?
Sure we are. She was alone, wasn't she, Jolly?
That's right. She followed us. What could we do? We didn't bring her here. She must know about Lord Dessington, though.
Then there is only one thing to be done. This woman must be eliminated.
Yeah, but listen, that's all very well, but I can't kill a young bird like her. I agree with everything you say, but no, I can't do that.
You've killed often, Mary Maxie. Why the distinction?
I don't know. I just can't. Can you, Jolly?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Why don't you hand her over to Frederick? He's always looking for extras in his act.
That's okay with me, Mr. Punch. Let me have her. For me new Sawing a Woman in Arms act. I need a new assistant.
Well, the other four didn't last long.
Now, look, that's not fair. Listen to me. That'll be horrible death. Look, Mr. Punch, look, if we got to kill her, then let's do it quickly.
Then who will volunteer to do it quickly? You say you won't, Maxie?
No, I've already told you, no.
Then it is agreed. Give her to Fiery Frederick.
Well, that's agreed then. So what? What happens now? What's the next move, Mr. Punch?
We have nearly completed the mission. There will be a final meeting here this evening at 6 o'clock. Understood?
But there's only one more left on the board, and
6 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, that's enough.
John Steed prepared to invade the old-timers' home. He drove up to the main entrance and introduced himself as...
I'm Gentleman Jack, a smile, song, and an umbrella. And the umbrellas,
I'm afraid we're full up. Can I help you otherwise?
Well, this is Greasepaint Grange, the home for retired West End fun makers.
Yes,
a stopping-over place for resting artists.
Yes,
well,
that
I'm
is
resting.
Right. Oh, not here, you're not. No vacancies. You can't stay here. Not even if you're good.
Oh, but surely you can't have any objections to showing me around. I mean, I may be able to put a little money into the place. Angel Jack, that's what I've been called in my time. I'm married an angel. Some people have all the luck, of course. Thank you. Lead on, then, would you?
Letty, the lass from Lancashire, had no reply to Steed in this ebullient mood. He walked straight past her into the main room.
Oh, very well. I suppose a quick look round won't do any harm. Now, this is the main hall. We're all very comfortable here, as you can see. This is, of course, the lounge.
A small Punch and Judy stand. All entertainment's laid on. Can't wait for a vacancy. And tell me, what's behind the main curtain?
That's just an anteroom. The guest rooms are this way. The apartments down there are private. They're this way.
Letty ushered Steed through the rooms at breakneck speed. As far as he could tell, it all appeared to be normal and above board. But as he was leaving...
Thank you so very much. Very, very kind of you. Goodbye.
Steed noticed Lord Dessington's car parked outside. On the front seat was a handbag, Mrs. Peel's. Steed made his way back into the Grange, this time by the back windows. Steed found himself behind the stage curtains of the main lounge. The act, Fiery Frederick and his death-defying assistant, was in active preparation. Mrs. Peel, gagged and bound, was on the platform, her body encased in a wooden box. Fiery Fred was sharpening a saw. Steed knew he couldn't let this go on much longer. He approached the illusionist and said,
"Want to see a smash hit?"
What?
This. All right, Mrs. Peel. Soon have you out and... No gags, eh?
Oh, thanks, Steed. About time you got in on the act. This place is...
What's the devil's been going on?
I wouldn't know. I followed two men down here and got knocked out over the head by a fake policeman. I came to with that character about to give a performance. What now, Steed?
Mingle with the other guests and try to look like an old, out-of-work actor.
Well, the way I feel at the moment, that should be easy. Hey, listen.
Come on, we don't want to miss the final curtain.
We'll lead the way. Let's get the show off the road. Thank heavens Fiery Frederick's act has been cancelled. Lead on.
Attention! I have reviewed the situation and decided that we will call a halt to operations for a while.
Hey, what you talking about?
Quiet!
Very well.
But I don't understand, Mr. Punch. We've nearly completed our task. There's only one member of the board of the Capital Land and Development Company left.
Yeah, that's right. With them all wiped out, we can take over the theatres again. We'll all be back in business.
Yes, you can't stop us now. Right, everybody?
There's no business like show business like no business like
Listen to me!
What's he talking about now?
Now, the whole thing was my idea. And it is I who will have the final say.
No, we want action. We've been out of action long enough.
Action you will get. But the wrong move will jeopardize everything we have achieved so far.
Why? I don't get that.
Jolly is right. Why will it?
Believe me, I know what is best. Like you, I want to see us all working again. All the theaters in lights, the audiences applauding, the curtains going up, the rebirth of vaudeville.
He's right. The rebirth of vaudeville. And that means live acts, not puppets and Punch and Judy shows, but flesh and blood again.
Who are you to question my decisions?
Gentleman Jack, a song, a smile, and an umbrella. And the umbrellas, and the umbrellas.
Yes, he's right. We don't want to be told what to do by a tatty end of the pier Punch and Judy show.
Of course not. We've taken orders from puppets for too long.
I bet he isn't even fully paid up at equity.
Down with Punch and Judy show.
John Steed and Emma Peel were always good at stirring up trouble, and this time they excelled themselves. Within minutes, it was a free-for-all.
Steed got in a quick jab at Maxie, who thought it was delivered by Jolly. They came to blows quite easily.
Why, you dirty, rotten little... You always ruin our act.
How dare you, hogging the limelight all the time, always wanting top billing.
He'll turn over the Punch and Judy.
From under the wrecked stage crawled the figure of Mr. Punch.
Seagrave.
Of course. It had to be him, the only one left.
Get out of my way. This gun is loaded.
And so there's Truncheon, the old one too, Mrs. Peel.
Right.
Two.
It was all a plan to sabotage Project Cupid. Seagrave assumed that being the only one left on the board of directors of the Capital Land and Development Company, he'd be able to ruin the high plan.
Very nearly succeeded, too, didn't he? He had his own contractors. He could have planted explosives underground and
Sabotaged the whole thing before it even began.
How very pathetic. Using out-of-work actors to bring it all about. Sad, really. Oh, well, I suppose none of them will ever make the big time now.
No, might get some work on South African television. Like to see a show this evening, Mrs. Peel? A live show?
Oh, I don't think so. Thanks, Steve. I think I'd sooner take in a movie. Perhaps a horror movie. Bound to be one on somewhere.
So much less frightening than the real thing, I agree. But I prefer really witty comedy. Which reminds me, did I ever tell you the story about... well, stop me if you've heard this one, won't you?
And with a vicious uppercut, Jimmy Anderson finishes trimming his whole hedge in just 3 hours, 11 minutes. Great work, Jimmy. Do you play any other sport?
Yes, dominoes.
You're looking pretty cool, Jimmy. What deodorant do you use?
Shield for Sportsmen, of course.
Why?
It works.
Shield for Sportsmen deodorant won't stick, sting, or stain. In aerosol or roll-on, it's made to keep sportsmen cool and dry. Think what it can do for you.
So many women tell us that once an Omo user, always an Omo user. Women like Mrs. Clark of East London.
This is certainly the one that I've stuck to. And it's all I get now.
Yes, Goldwater Omo cleans best. Over 1 million housewives have proved it.
Now, from the makers of Coldwater Omo...
It was early morning, and the wind whistled down the main thoroughfare of Shoreham, a small suburban town south of London. The inhabitants washed the night's sleep from their eyes, put kettles on, made tea, gulped breakfast, glanced at newspapers, and huddled in overcoats made for buses, trains, and cars. 2 women, char ladies by profession, were coming off duty. They'd been cleaning the offices at the council and were looking forward to reversing the popular procedure. They wanted to get home.
I'm awfully glad to get back and put the kettle on, Dave. Oh, you're telling me. Hope my old man's up and about. Mine's on early shift this week. Makes it difficult, you know. Never seem able to get together these days. You know what I mean? That could be an advantage. Sometimes I'd like to get rid of Bert for a day or two. Man, more trouble than they're worth. Well, look at that. There's one of them taking it seriously, pushing a pram at this time of the morning. I was going to take a baby for a walk at this hour. Mr. Bonkers. Oh, come on, Elsie, don't let's hang about. If people want to act daft, let them, I say. Come on.
The Avengers. John Steed and Emma Peel. The Avengers.
Episode 1 of this story, in which John Steed and Emma Peel are assigned to an investigation which could lead both of them to a quick, slow death. The 2 char ladies, plodding their way up the main street of Shoreham, turned round to watch the podgy figure of the man pushing the pram. It was an unusual sight, partly because of the early hour, and partly due to the man's appearance. He was short, but powerful. His age was the wrong side of 40, and he was puffing a bit as he pushed the pram up the hill. The pram itself was also unusual. It was old, Victorian, a bassinet more than a pram, and it was very large. At the crest of the hill, the man stopped, applied the brake to the pram, and entered a telephone booth.
Money. If I got enough change here.
The man was about to drop a coin in the machine and press button A when he glanced out of the windows of the booth. The pram's brake wasn't holding. It slipped off as the pram picked up speed. The man dropped the phone hastily and, bursting out of the booth, raced after the runaway pram. The two char ladies joined in.
Oh, baby! Stop the pram! Oh, we've got to stop it!
Hold up, way! The pram gained speed, rocking sideways as it sped downhill towards a traffic intersection. The man raced by the two women just as the pram reached the bottom of the incline. It bumped off the curb and careered into the center of the road. The man made a flying dive, grabbed at the handle of the pram, just touched it as... The van, coming round the corner, skidded as it tried to avoid him. It caught him a glancing blow, which flung him into the gutter. The pram slowly tipped over. The contents spilled into the wet road. The two char ladies panted to a stop and looked down at the scene.
Oh, blimey! Look at that! Out of the pram! But he's not a baby at all. He's a fully grown man in evening clothes. And he's dead. Shot in the chest.
The weather that day improved considerably as the hours passed. By lunchtime, the sun managed to banish the watery clouds. Down in the country, John Steed was putting in a little target practice. Steed operated a small target launcher. It tossed empty beer cans into the air. Steed snatched up a gun. He was really doing quite well. Mrs. Peel, appearing from behind a hedge, caught the can neatly.
Oh, that's... Hello there, Steve.
Good day, Mrs. Peel. You appear to be in splendid form as a fielder.
Oh, well, I have been told that as a silly mid-off, I have few equals.
Well, like to make yourself useful with us.
You mean launching the beer cans for you? Good. Two in a line, both barrels. Ready? Here we go. Not bad. But, Steve, you didn't invite me down here to act as a gun bearer.
That's true. There's someone down here I'd like you to meet.
Oh. With a view to work, business, pleasure, romance?
Work.
I was afraid of that. Here we go again. Steve, you missed.
Of course, that was a full can of beer. My pre-luncheon refreshment. Hate to see good beer going into orbit.
Who am I to meet?
Willie Fair. He used to be a top agent, but he's now relegated to traffic control.
Traffic control?
For incoming spies. He's the man who makes the general arrangements on their arrival. You know, he's used to their accommodation, money, necessary cover, all that sort of thing.
And why should I meet him?
Well, he had a bit of an accident earlier today. Ran off the road, got knocked down. All a bit of a mess. There was also a dead man in full evening clothes.
Oh. And what does Mr. Willie Fair have to say in explanation?
I don't know. He's up at that house on the rise over there. I haven't seen him yet. Thought I'd wait for you first. Right, last two cans, Mrs. Peel. Like to try?
Anything you can do, I can do better. Annie Oakley Peel, that's me. Let him go.
The house that Steed had indicated turned out to be a headquarters for interrogation. In one of the rooms, Captain Noble, a tough-looking army type, paced the floor. A holstered revolver on one hip made him look a dangerous man. He was.
He just isn't saying anything. Not a darn thing.
The captain turned from Steed and Emma Peel and glared at the man sitting in an easy chair.
There he sits. Head bandaged, arm in a sling. Doctor says he's quite okay, not hurt much at all, but he just won't talk. You have a go, Steed.
Steed approached the chair.
Who was he, Willie? Who was the man in the pram? The man you were supposed to dump? Who was he? And why was he in full evening clothes?
Willie made no reply. Didn't seem to hear Steed at all.
Of course, it could be delayed concussion.
I don't think so. Seems to me it's a case of good old-fashioned stubbornness.
What about the dead man? Where does he lead us?
Oh, he's completely unknown to us. Here's the suit he was wearing. Pockets were empty, all labels removed. And it had recently been dry cleaned.
No clues at all?
Not unless you count the fact that the suit didn't fit him well.
Didn't fit him?
No, the evening dress was not the perfect fit.
Well, then perhaps he hired it.
Possible. Well, where does that take us? No. Our only hope of identifying that dead man is this.
The captain flipped a photograph onto the table.
Oh, what is it? Just a flowery design with the name Lucille engraved at the bottom. What is it, a sort of label?
Yeah, this is the only label that couldn't be removed. It's a photograph of a tattoo taken from the dead man's right arm.
Oh, yes, well, I'm told it's a dying art. Well, I'll take the hired suit angle. You take the tattoo clue, Mrs. Peel. Shall we go?
Sometime later, Mrs. Peel called upon one of the most famous salons in London, Toby Tintry's Terrific Tattoos. Toby was working on the stomach of a lady dancer.
I want it to be a pretty snake. Sort of all curled round, so when I dance, it kind of comes to life, huh?
I understand, dear lady. Just control the abdominal muscles, and I'll endeavor to oblige.
You have a most interesting job, Mr. Tintry. Is this one of your designs?
Mrs. Peel showed Toby Tintry the photograph.
Hmm? Oh, yes, I think it is. Yes, hold still now.
Oh, it kind of tickles. I like it. It's kinky.
There's a selection of designs over there on the table, Mrs. Peel. You can choose whatever you want. My most popular designs are always, I love whoever it is. Closely followed by, what is home without a mother's loving touch? A lovely thought, don't you think? Of course, that's only for big people. You need plenty of room to get in that amount of words, you see. I tried it once on a skinny fella. It was too soft. So I ran out of space and ended up, what is home without a moth?
Tragic.
Yeah, completely spoilt a lovely sentiment. Show me a moment, Mrs. Peel. You can tell me what you'd like. An engraved garter around your left leg?
Well, no, actually,
No. Perhaps rosebuds, pretty pink rosebuds, one on each leg.
I don't want to be tattooed.
You don't? Then what?
This photograph. Do you recall who you worked on? Who was it?
Peaver. Mr. Peaver. Funny little chap. Thin in hair, glasses, middle-aged, nervous. Oh, I remember him now. I remember him well. And he wasn't married. Oh, he told me so. And you get to know a lot about people in this business. Get under their skins, so to speak. There. Let's finish that. Off you go now. What's Peaver done? Must be something or you wouldn't be asking all these questions.
He was involved in an accident. What you'd call a write-off.
Oh, dear. All that work for nothing. And you want to know who his seal is. That's right, Mrs. Peel.
That's right, Mr. Tintry. That's dead right.
While back in the interrogation room, Willie Fair still sat motionless and lethargic. The captain continued to pace the room. Steed had left. They were alone. There was a knock at the door.
Oh, that'll be food. The only time you open your mouth is to eat.
The captain moved towards the door. Willie's eyes flickered, fastened on the revolver at the captain's belt. Willie stood up, removed his tie, and moved silently after the captain, his hands outstretched and murder in his eyes. Willie Fair had been a top agent. John Steed had worked with him in Berlin and got to appreciate the man's thoroughness. But everyone grows old, and time makes even the most expert lose their touch. Willie had been downgraded, placed in a safer position, that of traffic officer, a man who looks after incoming spies or refugees seeking tranquility in Britain's peaceful countryside. But something had gone radically wrong. Willie had bungled a job, and a man called Peaver had died. Why, no one knew. Captain Noble couldn't get any information from Willie, who appeared to be suffering from severe shock. He was remote, unalive, until he sprang at the captain and tried to choke the life out of him.
You will die. No.
The captain reached for the gun at his belt, withdrew it from its holster. The struggle continued. Captain Noble got a grip on the gun and turned it into Willie's muzzle. Willie jerked back under the impact of the bullet, but tenaciously held onto the tie, pulling it tighter and tighter around the captain's neck. The captain passed out. Willie, holding his wounded side, staggered to the telephone.
Hello. Here. Really here. Listen. Had a road accident. They found Peaver. Yes. All identification removed, but we overlooked the evening suit. It was hired from Litchin and Company, and
Willie fell to the floor, and the telephone receiver swung silently to and fro. There was a click from the phone, and then silence. Litchin and Company is one of the most respectable shops in London. Discreet, quiet, and fully carpeted. One feels upon entering the shop that hiring any form of wearing apparel is the right thing to do. Nothing underhand or poverty-stricken about Litchin and Co. Owning clothes becomes rather ordinary. Hiring them from Litchin's makes one feel like royalty. Steed entered, looked around the many curtained changing booths, and eventually found Huggins, the manager. He showed him Peaver's suit of tails. Huggins held it up.
Yes. This is definitely one of our suits. I recognize the cut, but dear me, his decorations must have been worn very clumsily. His hose. We'll never get those invisibly mended.
The hirer can't exactly be mended either.
I beg your pardon?
Do you remember who he was?
Oh, quite definitely. I fitted him myself, actually. Long in the arm and short in the leg. Unusual combination.
Who was he?
Sir?
The man who hired the suit. Who was he?
Don't you know? After all, you're returning the suit. And with all these holes in it, I'm afraid you'll have to forfeit the deposit.
The deposit is yours.
I made it all quite clear to Mr. Peaver. If there's any damage, I said, then you'll have to
Peaver?
Yes?
Do you have his address?
It'll be in my book, but that kind of information, sir, is strictly confidential.
But not between business associates, surely.
Business?
I'm from Baggy Pants.
Baggy Pants?
Top secret work, diplomatic corps only. You've seen the pictures of visiting Russian diplomats, haven't you?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Well, where do you think they get those terrible clothes from?
Baggy Pants?
Baggy Pants. Guaranteed to destroy anyone's image in one zip.
I'll get Peaver's address for you.
Huggins moved off towards his office beyond the changing booths. Spider, another assistant, swanned his way over to Steed and offered to show him a selection of hats. Steed, with nothing better to do, took off his bowler and tried on an admiral's hat.
Oh, very smart.
But Gilbert and Sullivan, don't you think?
Huggins was returning with a ledger under one arm when the curtains of a nearby cubicle parted. Ivor Bracewell, who was trying on an evening suit, said,
"Excuse me, could you help me with this tie?"
Oh, but of course.
Huggins moved into the changing booth.
I never could manage to tie one of these things. In fact, I've often thought of getting myself one of those made.
Oh, my goodness, sir, no, that would never do, not at all. The mark of a real gentleman is that he actually ties his tie. Now, if you'll kindly look into the mirror and allow me to look over your shoulder, sir. That's it.
Huggins moved behind the man, who quietly slipped a hand into the cummerbund at his waist and withdrew a deadly-looking knife. Huggins was still speaking when...
Yes, it's a fact, sir, but in some places they won't allow you in unless you...
Steed hung about for some minutes and went to look for Huggins. In doing so, he nearly collided with Bracewell, who was leaving the shop.
Oh, so sorry. My fault.
Steed entered the changing booth. Huggins lay on the floor, a knife in his chest. Lying across the body was the ledger. Steed picked it up. All the pages had been ripped out. Not getting anywhere very fast, are you, Steve? Naturally, confusion reigned in Litchin and Co. The staff were appalled, and not just because of Mr. Huggins' popularity, but because such a thing had happened within the shop itself.
Such a terrible thing. At Litchin's of all places. We dress the entire nation, you know.
Quite.
Why, without us, Ascot Race Week would look like a nudist convention.
Yes, I appreciate that, but, Mr. Sider, to get back to the crime, this ledger, one of the missing pages, was this your only book of records?
Yes, I'm afraid so. And this was the suit you were discussing with Mr. Huggins before the unfortunate occurrence.
That's right. I've been through all the pockets.
Even the hidden ones?
Hidden ones?
Oh, yes. We always provide hidden pockets. It's part of the service, you see. Now, in this case,
Sider fiddled with the waistband of the trousers and withdrew a pink slip.
What have we here?
Shoe repair ticket.
Piedis. No ordinary shoe repair, my dear sir. Piedis is a shoe outfitters worthy of one of our suits. Everything is handmade. It must be the smartest shoe shop in town. Gentlemen and ladies always go to Piedis.
In which case, this looks like a job for Mrs. Peel. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so Mrs. Peel was asked to call at Piedi's. She did, and Piedi himself attended to her. He was positively entranced by Mrs. Peel's feet. He insisted on inspecting them.
Oh, so slender, so pale, and so exquisitely elegant. They are poor, madame. They sing, they soar.
They're also terribly useful for walking.
You make the mock. But it is true what I say. Such expressive feet. They talk to me.
Mrs. Peel couldn't resist wiggling her toes in reply.
I shall make for you the most wonderful shoes. I shall compose a shoe. I shall encase these feet in the softest leather, finely tooled, superbly sewn, devastatingly designed. Never fear, I shall treat them with delicate care.
I'm so pleased.
Of course, there is no measurement. Piedi never measures. He molds. I shall make the plaster cast, and from that I shall mold your shoes. One pair only?
Well, that'll do to be going on with. Walking shoes, please.
No slippers for the boudoir. Wellington boots in the kinkiest way.
Oh, I don't think so. I'd like to collect these. These shoes were being repaired. Here's the ticket.
Mrs. Peel handed over the repair ticket Steed had given her.
A repair?
For Mr. Peaver. You do remember Mr. Peaver, don't you?
2 cones and a banyan. Regrettable. It saddens me to admit it, Mrs. Peel, but his shoes were not specially fitted.
They weren't?
Even the most skilled craftsman must lower his standards on some occasions. This was one of those things. It was, I blush to confess, a job lot that we delivered. All different sizes.
A job lot for whom?
A team of dancers, ballroom dancers. You know, men in tails, women in tulle and sequins, and all of them positively thrashing their poor arches to destruction. Doing irreparable damage to their extremities.
This team of dancers, where do they come from?
Terpsichorean training techniques. It's a dance school. Actually, I'm told they're looking for dance instructresses.
Oh? Dance instructresses? How very interesting.
Mrs. Peel, you would not be considering... Oh, no, not with your lovely arches. It would be criminal.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Peavy. I shan't become a fallen woman, and I shall never have fallen arches.
I wouldn't bet on either of those facts, Mrs. Peel. John Steed and Emma Peel were investigating the death of an unknown man in evening clothes who'd been toppled out of a pram one cold and windy morning in Shoreham High Street. Willie Fair, a passé agent, had been in the process of disposing of the body when an accident had knocked him unconscious. Fair himself had then met a sticky end when trying to escape during a period of interrogation. So, the dead man's identity remained unknown until both John Steed and Emma Peel had come up with the name Arthur Peaver. Mrs. Peel's investigations followed the trail of Peaver's dancing shoes. It led her to the salon of Terpsichorean training techniques. Mrs. Peel entered the ballroom.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and back. Lead turners, bring those feet and watch that balance. Up, up, up on your toes. Oh, control it a bit more, Nicky. Yes, Miss Banks.
Nicky, a slim, pretty dance instructress, swerved a very fat man who appeared to be very heavy on his and her feet.
So sorry, miss. You beg your pardon.
It's quite all right. Swing! Come round, 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 that's it, round.
I can't.
The fat man stumbled. The impetus of the turn seemed to send him into orbit. Mrs. Peel was unfortunately within that orbit.
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
So sorry.
Oh, well, perhaps this is as good a time as any to have a tea break. Take a break, Nicky, dear. I am Miss Banks, the principal here. Can I help you? Oh, I hope so. My name's Peel, Mrs. Emma Peel. And you wish to train to trip the Terpsichorean light fantastics. Well, Mrs. Peel, I can assure you that you've got... Well, actually, I want a job. Indeed? Yes. I saw you were advertising for an instructress, and I thought if the post was still vacant... Well, you're very tall. That could be a disadvantage. Well, we'll put you to the test, shall we? Oh, Ivor, just in time.
The snaky man who'd committed the murder in the clothes hire shop, Litchin & Co., oiled his way across the floor, lightly smoothing his thin moustache as his eyes worked themselves over Mrs. Peel.
This is Mrs. Emma Peel. Ivor Bracewell, our senior male tutor.
Very pleased to meet you, Mrs. Peel.
Take Mrs. Peel round the floor, will you, Ivor?
With the greatest of pleasure.
Bracewell gave a seductive leer and extended his arms. Mrs. Peel, concealing a faint shudder of repulsion, slipped into them. They took the floor.
Yes, you move well enough. Have you had much experience? Well, only the most practical kind. My father, he entertained a good deal. A preponderance of heavy, elderly gentlemen. It was considered important that I make them feel as though they could dance. I see. Yes, well, I think that will do. I'll give you a chance to show what you can do, Mrs. Peel. We'll give you a week's trial. Nicky, show Mrs. Peel around the establishment. We will see how you shape up by the end of the week. Thank you. Swear then, Mrs. Peel, I may call you Emma, ma'am. Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
I'd say that one shapes up pretty well. With a shape like that, how could it be otherwise?
Keep your mind on your feet, Ivor, and your hands to yourself. This is business, not pleasure. Understand?
It didn't take Nicky long to explain the ropes to Mrs. Peel.
We're expected to take 6 pupils each per day, 1-hour sessions each. It isn't hard work, so long as you have unlimited energy, a constitution of an ox, and cast iron feet. Is it as bad as that? Worse. Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Reed.
Yes.
Mr. Reed, may I introduce Mrs. Emma Peel? She's just joined us. Chester Reed, Van Beaver.
Yes. How do you do?
How do you
Nice to know you. Excuse me, I know I left my cough mixture somewhere.
It's all right. He drinks a bit too much, that's all. He doesn't have enough to do during the week when we use the gramophone for practice, but he comes into his own on dance night. That's every week or so when they hold a dance for our budding pupils. We finally limp our way home about midnight, and Lucille sees that we don't rest for a moment. Oh, no. Oh, no. Look who's here.
A mousy-looking little man entered and peered around anxiously.
Our prize toe crusher. Well, you have to start somewhere, Emma. Might as well be him. Well. Good afternoon.
Afternoon?
My, we are looking debonair today.
Oh. You think so?
You're just in time to meet our latest instructress, an unrivaled expert in Latin American dancing.
I don't know the difference.
May I present Mrs. Emma Peel?
How do?
Mrs. Peel, one of our star pupils, Mr. Arthur Peaver. How do you...
That'll give you something to think about, won't it, Mrs. Peel? A few few hours later, a rather exhausted Mrs. Peel turned up at John Steed's apartment. She had a candid camera shot with her, a photograph taken during the afternoon's practice of Peever.
There, see? Thinning hair, timid, mousy.
And yet there is a superficial resemblance to the man we found in the accident involving the pram.
Yes. Seems we have two Arthur Peevers. One dead.
And one learning to swing a dainty shoe.
The trouble is, which is, or was, the real one?
Well, this will help me. I found out the bank Peever used. The manager should be able to identify him from this. Like to come along, Mrs. Peel?
Oh, I wish I could, but I have to get back to the studio. I'm not exactly dancing for joy about the job, but it does give me the opportunity to do my Cinderella bit.
What?
Mrs. Peel brandished a pair of shoes.
These were made for Arthur Peever. And if the shoe fits, well, that'll tell us something. Bye, Steve.
But getting to fit the shoes wasn't going to be easy. Back at the dance salon, Mrs. Peel could only resort to strolling into the men's locker room and leaving the shoes in the cubbyhole marked Peever. Sooner or later, he would try them on. Mrs. Peel was making her way out when...
Out of your territory, aren't you, Mrs. Peel?
Oh, Mr. Bracewell, I got lost. Took the wrong door.
Little girl lost, eh? Let me take you by the arm.
That won't be necessary.
I'm only going to lead you back where you belong.
I can find my own way.
It pays to be nice to me.
Then I shall try to remember that. Now, will you please let me pass?
Starting now.
Bracewell made a lecherous grasp at Mrs. Peel's waist. Mrs. Peel sidestepped, grabbing an open locker door and slamming it closed on Bracewell's fingers.
Oh, my goodness, Mr. Bracewell, I do hope I haven't hurt you.
Don't think you can monkey me around. I'm important, very important, and you'll treat me with respect.
I saw. Mrs. Peel, I believe you have a pupil waiting. Please attend to your duties. Yes, of course, Miss Banks. Excuse me, Mr. Bracewell? You fool. I told you to leave the girls alone. What was she doing in here, anyway?
I don't know. I think she was searching one of the lockers.
Is that so? Then I'd better keep an eye on her. A very watchful eye. Hadn't I?
Steed headed for the bank. It was closed, but the manager was still there, and Steed explained his business.
Yes, Arthur Peever had an account here.
Had? Then you know?
Oh, yes. Sad.
Very sad.
Very, very sad.
Quite a shock. This photograph, is it him?
Yes, that's him.
You're sure?
Very sure.
Very, very sure?
Positive. This is Arthur Peever. I never forget a face, despite the fact that I only met him once.
You only met him once?
Naturally. The day he came in to close his account.
I see. Did he give you a forwarding address?
Yes, he was a bit reluctant about it at first, but when I explained that I have to send details of his balance...
Do you have the address?
Somewhere here. Yes, here it is. Yes, care of Purbright and Company, Mackie Street.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mackie Street is dreary and gone to seed. Many office blocks stand empty. Others are in the process of being pulled down. Purbright & Co. were on the 9th floor. Steed wasn't mad about the shaky lift, which groaned its way upwards to a shuddering stop. Steed marched down the grubby corridor and rapped on the door. It said Purbright & Co. There was no answer. Steed tried the door. It was stiff. Steed put his shoulder to it. It flew open. Beyond the door was nothing, just empty space, a sheer drop to a disused plot of ground below. Steed clung to the doorframe and pulled himself back to safety, watching his bowler hat spinning to the ground below. Near thing, that, Steed. Mrs. Peel thought she'd got the raw end of the deal, but then she usually did when assigned to a case with John Steed. Certainly, work as a dance instructress with terpsichorean training techniques had its disadvantages. To start with, all the clients seemed elderly, overlarge, and clumsy men. Attempting to follow them round the small ballroom to the music of an old gramophone was a work of art. Nicky, Emma's companion and fellow instructress, gazed over her partner's shoulder, the despair in her eyes reflecting the pain in her feet. But, professional at her job to the last, she said,
"Ah, you're making enormous improvement, Mr. Washington. So light on your feet." Oh, you're murdering mine. That's right. Splendid. I think I need a bone graft. Oh, watch out, here's Lucille. Right, gentlemen, another delightful session finished. Come along, then, and we'll see you both again tomorrow. Well, are we ready to go for our next delightful session? So soon? Now, do I detect a teeny note of discontent in the camp? Oh, it's certainly not. She's teasing you, gentlemen. You are her favorite pupils. Now, run along.
It was at that point that Arthur Peaver entered, a pair of dancing pumps clutched in one hand. Mrs. Peel's eyes never left them.
Mrs. Peel, you will partner this gentleman, Mr. Marsh.
Aye.
Even bigger than the last. Mrs. Peel, Samba and Black Bottom. Many a true word. Watch out for flying glass. And you, Mr. Peaver, Nicky will take you through.
Yes.
Oh, naughty, naughty, Mr. Peaver. Let me see those shoes. Now, I've warned you before. Look, nails protruding. Will absolutely ruin our beautifully sprung floor.
Sorry.
Come along, we'll get you another pair.
Mrs. Peel watched the scene with chagrin, unable to follow Lucille, who turned at the doorway and said,
Get on with the lesson, Mrs. Peel, if you
Yeah, this girl will listen. Oi, Samba. Oi, Samba.
That's five and enthusiastic. That's too much. I'm going to claim danger money.
Mrs. Peel, holding her partner at arm's length, took the floor, while in the locker room...
Yep. Skandowski also English. English. I told you, speak only English here.
But I don't understand. What was all that about?
Nothing that need bother you. You're just Arthur Peaver, remember? A quiet little Englishman. Now, change into these other pumps.
Lucille Banks selected another pair of shoes. Peaver reached out for them. As he did so, the sleeve on his right arm rode up a little. Lucille reached forward, reacted with a gasp.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
She left the locker room hurriedly and went to find Ivor Bracewell, who was admiring himself in a full-length mirror as he practiced a few dance steps.
Ivor, stop jogging about and pay attention. It's urgent, very urgent.
Why, what is it?
The tattooist. We forgot all about the tattooist. How could we have been such fools? Quickly, it's not too late. Not if we act now, at once.
Business was not brisk at Toby Tintry's tattoo workshop, but Toby, artist to his fingertips, was putting in a little practice. With a very fine drill, he was tattooing a large, pink, garlic sausage. Toby Tintry hardly looked up from his work. He was engrossed.
Oh, come in. You don't mind holding on for just a moment, do you? This is a little fad of mine, practicing on a garlic sausage. Helps to keep my hand in when things are a bit slack. You see, you need a very delicate touch indeed. Unlike human skin, which is surprisingly tough, one false move on a sausage and it's all torn to pieces. Now, what can I...
Tintry stopped. A man had approached the counter. He placed his left hand on it. Tintry, glancing sideways, saw clearly tattooed on the wrist a rose. He put the drill down.
Oh, that's nice. Now, not my work, of course, but I can appreciate another's craft. Oh, it's marvelous, yes.
Tintry broke off as his eyes went from the tattoo to the man's other hand. In it, as though by magic, had appeared a pistol. It was fitted with a silencer.
What is it? You!
Tintry gasped and fell behind the counter. The drill started to whir away, jumping and jerking on the end of its cord. The assassin, who had not uttered a word, walked out of the shop. Toby Tintry, mortally wounded, dragged himself painfully towards the drill. It was some 40 minutes later when John Steed arrived.
Oh? Anyone at home?
The sound of the tattooist's drill caught Steed's ear. He walked over and switched it off. It was then that he saw Tintry's legs sticking out behind the counter.
What the devil? Dead, all right. But what's this?
Steed reached down and picked up the very large pink garlic sausage. One side had a superb picture of Tower Bridge. The other read,
"The killer has a rose tattoo on the right wrist."
Well, that's a clear enough clue, surely, Steed. In the dance salon, Mrs. Peel was enjoying a welcome tea break. She walked right by the large, tiresome gentleman who couldn't samba and sat down next to Arthur Peaver.
May I offer you some refreshment, Mr. Peaver?
Oh, you are most kind.
Nonsense. It's part of my job. Besides, I want to get to know you better.
Oh, too kind.
Well, why not? I mean, if I'm working here, we'll be getting to see quite a lot of each other in the future, shan't we?
I regret that will not be the case, Mrs. Peel.
Oh?
I shall soon be passing out.
Passing out?
I am within a fishtail of receiving my diploma in ballroom dancing. When I have that, I shall have no need to attend classes. I shall pass on, Mrs. Peel, and we shall not meet again. Excuse me, please.
Emma, suffering. Why not put your feet above the level of your head? It soothes them so much that the agony's only excruciating. Nicky, Mr. Peaver was telling me he'll be receiving his diploma soon. That's right. Yes, but I've been dancing with him. If dancing's the word. He's terrible. Well, then why the diploma? Good for business, I suppose. Take their money, give a few lessons, and hand a diploma to another satisfied customer. Funny, though, how Lucille hands out those diplomas. It isn't everyone who gets them. They're just handed out to a select few. Then, diploma in hand, they disappear. Never knew one who came back later. And here we have our most exclusive dance studio with a beautifully sprung floor, fully trained dance instructors in attendance at all times. You can see how well equipped we are, Mr. Steed.
John Steed, who was with Lucille, allowed his eyes to stray to Mrs. Peel.
You are indeed fully equipped.
Right. Now we can take some particulars. Now, this form. Your name?
Jonathan Steed.
A fine old English name.
Well, we came over with the Vikings. They were between raids and discovering America at the time.
Then you are British by birth.
Birth, nature, and inclination. Though I haven't spent much time here of late. Been abroad, you know. Only returned last week.
Oh, to see your family?
Alas, I regret I have no family and no friends.
And you wish to learn to dance?
Well, brush up more than anything, you know. Once upon a time, I swung a rather elegant shoe, but now I'm fearfully rusty.
I see. Well, you may have your first lesson whenever convenient.
Why not right now?
Oh, very well. Excuse me, I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Steed strolled around the studio and ended up near Mrs. Peel.
What are you doing here?
Looking for a killer with a rose tattoo on his wrist.
What?
Here, take this parcel, read the message, and destroy it.
Destroy it? How?
Eat it, Mrs. Peel, if you can.
Hope you're keen on garlic sausage, Mrs. Peel. Privately, both John Steed and Emma Peel confessed that they had seldom worked upon a case that had so many clues. Most of the clues were so bewildering that they did nothing to clarify matters. In fact, it was all becoming a little too complex. How were the four establishments, Toby Tintry's tattoo shop, Litchin & Co.'s dress hire, Piedi's shoemakers, and Terpsichorean training techniques linked together? Steed admitted that he didn't know. All he did know was that clothes and shoes made at two of the places ended up at the dance studio. That was why he and Mrs. Peel ended up there, too.
Here, Mrs. Peel, here's some valuable evidence. Now, for heaven's sake, read the message and destroy it.
Destroy it?
Eat it.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Steed.
Oh, coming, dear lady, coming.
I have decided to undertake your tuition myself. Personally.
Oh, really?
Come along this way.
Lucille swept Steed away towards the ballroom, leaving Mrs. Peel clutching the parcel Steed handed to her. Mrs. Peel read the message tattooed by Toby Tintry in his dying moments.
The killer has a rose tattoo on the right wrist. Tattooed on a garlic sausage. Oh, the one thing I loathe is garlic sausage. Oh, well.
Lucille put on a record. They danced.
I'm surprised you're still a bachelor, Mr. Steed. You are a bachelor.
Oh, yes. There was a girl once, but the rest of it actually is no more.
He married?
Died. Passed away tragically.
Oh, on your travels, the Amazon, a crocodile?
21 bus outside King's Cross, actually. Since then, well, I've always remained single and gone by taxi.
Oh, but come, Mr. Steed, there must be someone in this big city that you know.
No, I'm afraid not. I told you, I haven't been back all that long. All my friends have moved away, and I have their family.
Oh, why, you poor man. Why, just think if you disappeared tomorrow, no one would know or care, would they?
Got the message yet, Steed? Mrs. Peel had successfully disposed of the garlic sausage without eating it, but making sure the message was destroyed. On her return from the ladies' cloakroom, she banged into Bernard, a shop assistant at Piedi's, where Mrs. Peel had been fitted by plaster cast for some special shoes. Bernard approached at speed.
Oh! Sorry. Hey, where's Nicky?
Oh, not here at the moment. I'll fetch her for you.
Oh, no, just see that she gets this, will you? This parcel.
Bernard handed over a large parcel.
Hey, haven't I seen you somewhere before?
No, I don't think so. You want this to go to Nicky?
That's right. And no one else. That's important. Strange. I could have sworn I'd seen you somewhere before.
Mrs. Peel watched him go, looked down at the parcel, shook it, and then tore away a piece of the brown paper wrapping.
Hey, is that Bernard? Hey, Emma, please, you can't open that. Not in here. Oh, the sea will blow it up into the locker room. It's all right. It isn't a bomb. Only shoes. Shoes? Yeah. I suppose Bernard told you about our little arrangement. No? Oh, well. It's all quite simple, really. I suppose this means that we'll have to cut you in for a third. A third of what? What arrangement? Well, Bernard works for Piedi the shoemaker, and Piedi sells all our pupils their first pair of dancing pumps. Well, but only the first pair, you see. After that, Bernard supplies them on the side. Cuts out Piedi, cuts out the middleman. See? Pupils get cheaper shoes. Bernard makes his profit, and there's something in it for me. Everyone's happy, nobody suffers. Well, isn't it a bit risky for you? I mean, approaching pupils like you. Oh, Bernard attends to that. He waits outside after school. Buttonholes them then. I see. So one way or another, Bernard meets all the pupils sooner or later. Yeah, that's right. Including Mr. Peaver? Of course, everyone. Now, we really must be getting back.
The two girls moved off, not noticing a locker that had been open all the time. Inside sat Chester Reed, the band leader. He had a bottle and a glass with him. He wasn't exactly sober.
The things one hears in locker rooms. The funniest things. I must remember to tell Lucille. The funniest things one hears in locker rooms.
In the main ballroom, Steed had finished his first lesson with Lucille. He'd done really rather well. He paused near Peaver on the side of the room where Peaver was lacing a shoe. Steed suddenly bent down and whipped Peaver's sleeve high on his arm.
What's it? Just checking on the time. Your wristwatch. I wear it on the other wrist. Here, it's a minute fast, actually. Oh, thanks so much. So that's the time, is it? Oh, well, dancing does make the hours spin away, doesn't it? Thank you.
Steve moved off and found Mrs. Peel.
Peel, before you go to your dance yet again.
What is it, Steve?
Peaver, over there. He's an imposter. No tattoo lovingly inscribed to Lucille. Trouble is that the tattooist, our only witness, is dead.
There may be another. The shoe shop man named Bernard. He may be able to help. I've got to get down to Peters to see him. Now then, class, please assemble. Come along now. Oh, Miss Banks, I'm terribly sorry. I'm having trouble with my shoe. I'm afraid the heel's a bit loose and likely to break off any minute. I wonder if I might pop out and get it seen to? Yes, get it attended to right away. And please hurry back. Now, come along, everyone. Come along. We have a lot of dancing to do.
Mrs. Peel beat a hasty retreat. Back in Piedi's shoe shop, Bernard was making up for lost time. In the workshop, he was preparing a bowl of plaster, mixing it thoroughly. He was so engrossed in the work that he didn't hear either Bracewell enter. Bracewell tapped him on the shoulder.
Bernard?
What the... Bracewell, what do you want?
This.
Bracewell laid him out with one blow, and then carefully arranged him at the workbench, thrusting his head deeply into the bowl of plaster. He was still there, with the plaster hardened, when Mrs. Peel found him, dead.
Poor old Bernard. Really plastered this time.
Back in the dance salon, Mrs. Peel managed to whisper the truth to John Steed.
He's dead, all right.
So, we have lost another witness and found another victim. So now we have to go...
Back to square one.
To the heart of the matter. Peter is an imposter, and this dancing school is conniving to the deception, so...
Carry on dancing, eh? Oh, well. Oh, there you are, Emma. Give me a hand with these posters. Yes, sure. What are they? Gala night. Tomorrow night. Happens once a fortnight. Dance to Chester Reeve and his band. Backed up with a lot of crummy records behind the screen. Couple of currant buns, half a glass of lemonade, and they all go into an ecstasy of rhythm. Is this when the advanced students receive their diplomas? Yeah. Only one this time. Mr. Peaver. Nicky, since you've been here, have you noticed anything, any changes in Mr. Peaver? Hardly. But then I wouldn't. He's more Lucille's client than mine. I remember when he first enrolled, she really kept him to herself. Does she often do that? Once in a while. Nearly always there's a mousy, anonymous creatures. She keeps them under wraps. It's sometimes 3 or 4 weeks before I'm allowed to see them. Right, come along, girls. I think we finished for the day. I can't wait to get home and fill that football. Goodbye, everyone. Don't forget your next lesson. Goodbye, Mr. Steed. You're going to be our star pupil. You'll be here tomorrow on time.
Oh, you couldn't keep me away. Night. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Ivor, did all go well?
Easy. No trouble at all.
Good. The boss will be pleased.
I'll tell him myself.
You can also tell him about John Steed.
What about him?
He will be our next victim.
Always knew you were too good for the chorus, Steed. John Steed and Emma Peel were now quite convinced that the dance salon Terpsichorean Training Techniques was a cover-up organization. They knew there was at least one imposter as a client, and they were sure there was a direct link between the activities of the dancing school and several mysterious and gruesome murders. There was a gala night planned, and Mrs. Peel got to the studios early. Not because she wanted to practice. Oh, no. She wanted to snoop. In a corridor flanking the main ballroom, it was clear that someone was rehearsing. That someone was Lucille Banks, who ran the place. Mrs. Peel followed the voice down the corridor. There was a small fanlight. From beyond came the sound of a dancing lesson.
I've just got to risk it. That packing case.
Mrs. Peel climbed onto the packing case and looked through the fanlight. To her amazement, Lucille was dancing with a tailor's dummy and talking to someone in the shadows.
You see, it's got to be absolutely smooth. Slide into it. No hesitation. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2.
Mrs. Peel, to her amazement, saw the dummy had the card number 9 on its back. Lucille steered it cunningly towards a big arched display piece at the end of the room.
Be ready now. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Close back. Quick and slow.
Lucille disappeared behind the display piece and appeared out of the other side. Her partner now was a real man. The dummy had been jettisoned. The man wore identical clothes and had the number 9 on his back.
Splendid. Splendid, Boris. Much better. You did that perfectly. You'll be in perfect form for the takeover this evening.
Mrs. Peel had seen enough. She jumped down into the corridor and was hastily replacing the packing case in its original position when Chester Reed appeared, all bleary-eyed and slightly incoherent.
What? What's she doing out here?
I was looking for another door. The usual one into there's locked.
Oh, that's all right. It's only Lucille. We're rehearsing for tonight. It's gala night, you know, tonight. Yes, it's gala night.
In Mitchin & Co. dress hire, John Steed was also preparing for gala night. He was resplendent in full tails. Cider was fitting him.
Splendid fit, sir. Yes, splendid fit.
Thank you. Now, where is the gentleman's secret pocket?
Oh, right here, sir.
Sider indicated a secret pocket in the waistband of the trousers.
Ah, excellent.
Steed dropped a miniature gun into the pocket.
Might run into a spot of bother tonight. Can't be too careful.
I see. No, if you will forgive me, sir, that the suit, you won't forget it. It is on hire, and if damaged, the deposit
Will have to be forfeited, yes, I know. But don't worry, if the worst comes to worst, I'll endeavor to get shot where it doesn't show.
Very thoughtful of you, sir. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
And later, at the dance salon, things were really swinging.
Glad you could make it.
Oh, I wouldn't miss one of your little soirees for the world, Miss Banks.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Mr. Steed, how splendid you look.
Good evening, Miss Banks.
This is your first experience of one of our little events. Please feel free to move around and enjoy yourself.
Steed moved on and managed to get himself alongside both the canapes and Mrs. Peel. Good steering.
Steed, this is bigger than we think.
You mean it's bigger than both of us? Miss Peel,
I mean, this organization. It's some sort of swap system, a takeover. A takeover of another person, another man's personality. I saw the whole dress rehearsal. Lucille danced around the ballroom, a quick whirl out of sight behind some scenery, and a change of partner.
Thought as much. The real purpose of the school is to infiltrate foreign agents into the country. You first select the lonely, anonymous bandit.
Who no one's going to miss.
Get rid of him and replace him with a highly trained agent.
Off with the old, on with the new.
Marvelous method. I don't want to make those yet, though. I'd like to catch them red-handed.
Well, you'll get your chance tonight. They're planning another swap.
Oh, tonight? Any idea who it is?
I haven't found out yet, but hey, watch it. Here's Lucille.
Oh, no, dear Mrs. Peel. Even if you went down on your bended knees and begged, I'm absolutely booked up until dance number 12. Of course, I might be able to fit you in between Sir Roger de Coverley and the Lancers. Oh, the thanks.
Mr. Steed, they're all going into the ballroom. If you're ready.
Certainly. Don't give up hope, Mrs. Peel. I may have a cancellation.
Mrs. Peel hung back as all the guests trooped in. She hid behind a potted palm when Ivor Bracewell approached with the man she'd seen rehearsing with Lucille.
You go through there to the back of the studio. He'll be wearing a number 9 on his back like you.
I understand. I have rehearsed.
Good. No sugar, no slip-ups. The boss doesn't like them.
Mrs. Peel, sure now that she was right, moved into the ballroom where Lucille was making a speech.
I must explain that this is now competition time. Chester Reed has kindly consented to do the judging. It will be on your dancing alone.
Steve, I've located the next victim.
Who?
He'll be wearing number 9.
Steve, this is your number.
6. Well, we can eliminate me.
Ah, Mrs. Peel, I understand you've been chosen to partner me.
Ivor Bracewell, how nice. Who would have thought it, Mr. Steve? We are dancing together.
Oh, are we? Charmed. Lucille.
Allow me to pin the number on you.
Lucille moved behind Steve, and with 2 pins provided, pinned the number on his back. Pity you haven't got eyes in your head, Steve. She'd put the 6 on upside down. You're number 9. At that point, the music started up.
The 1 o'clock jump.
Mrs. Peel took to the floor with the obnoxious Bracewell pressing so tightly against her she could hardly breathe. So concerned was she with her own plight that it wasn't until some while later that she got a glimpse of Steve's back.
Sorry.
Something wrong?
No, nothing at all.
Mrs. Peel caught Steve's eye and immediately waved at her partner's back. Steve waved back nonchalantly. Mrs. Peel turned Bracewell round so that Steve could see he was wearing number 6. Steve turned aside.
Are you trying to do a reverse double flip, you mad, impetuous man?
Mrs. Peel and John Steed contrived to steer their partners nearer to each other.
You Steed, you're number 9. That's what?
And you are dancing with garlic sausage.
Mrs. Peel looked down at Bracewell's wrist. There was the tattoo. At this point, they both thought quickly and thought alike. Mrs. Peel put a hand round Bracewell's shoulders and removed the top pin of his card. The 6 fell down and became a 9. Steed had a bit of difficulty scratching his back, but eventually withdrew the top pin of his card. It fell down and became a 6. They danced towards the display piece at the end of the ballroom. Steed and Lucille sailed in first, and much to Lucille's surprise, out of the other side. Mrs. Peel and Bracewell followed them, and Boris, seeing the number 9 on Bracewell's back, hit him hard with a cosh. Oh, boy! Boris grabbed Mrs. Peel and danced out onto the floor, but Mrs. Peel conveniently tripped, got a hold, and threw him back behind the display. Lucille, seeing what had happened, left Steed and rushed forward. Steed grabbed Mrs. Peel and said, "Shall we dance?" and did a quick polka to the nearest exit. Lucille, Peaver, and Chester Reed, leaving the dance hall in chaos, rushed after them.
They're here somewhere. Take that guy, Peter.
Lucille made a bad choice. She crashed into Mrs. Peel. Mrs. Peel grabbed her by arm and leg and swung her round a few times.
It's about time you tried the real attache stuff.
Lucille Banks took the whole length of the corridor before she came to rest, out cold. Peaver was mad enough to tackle Steed. Steed clobbered him with someone's dancing puddle.
Well, Mrs. Peel, that's the opposition cleared away, I think.
I think you'll stay exactly where you are, both of you.
Chester Reed, miraculously cured of any signs of drink, was facing them with a snub-nosed revolver in his hand.
Chester Reed, the drunken band leader.
Not drunken, but I am the leader, the boss.
The one who persuaded Willie Fair to use your organization as an escape route, to get his own back on the service that had downgraded him. The man behind it all?
That's right. Too bad you stumbled over all this, Mr. Steed.
Oh, I don't know. I've enjoyed my lessons here. You know, the step I enjoyed the most was...
The quick, slow, quick.
Like this!
With enormous speed, Steed leapt forward and grabbed Reed's gun arm.
And slow. Oh, Steed, I'm so sorry. Look at your evening jacket. Torn. And the bullet clipped the shoulder padding.
Mrs. Peel, whenever I go out with you, I'm always prepared to lose my deposit. Sure you know that by now. Let's shimmy off, shall we?
Shield gives a confidence that actually shows.
In your eyes.
Put on Shield deodorant, and it's dry in seconds. That's the way it stays right through the day. Shield never makes you feel sticky. It just protects you and keeps you dry, feminine, fresh. Wear Shield, and the only thing you show is confidence. Shield gives a confidence that actually shows.
In your eyes.
Now, from the makers of Cold Water Omo.
The wind was cold and bitter. It tore through the railway siding that dreary September day. The thick cluster of railway lines stretched out into the distance, looking as though they could go on forever. There were dozens of trucks loaded with coal, petrol, and livestock. But few people were about. In the signal huts, the men brewed strong tea and smacked their arms across their chests to generate some warmth. Then, running down the track towards the station was a man. Middle-aged and out of condition, he was panting desperately. He staggered and almost fell. And then, with a superhuman effort, he reached up and wedged himself between two goods trucks. He crouched back and listened.
He's here somewhere, Freddie.
That's right.
We've got to get him. Shoot on sight and shoot to kill. The Avengers.
John Steed and Emma Peel. The Avengers.
The man squeezed between the two railway trucks, held his breath, clutched at his briefcase, and waited. The wind roared through the station. He heard snatches of conversation wafted to and fro.
You take that side, I'll take this.
Look out for the trains. Could be hiding anywhere.
The man guessed from the voices that it would only be a matter of time before he was discovered. He slipped from his hiding place, dashed across the track, and made for an empty wagon. Breathless and exhausted, he hauled himself into the wagon, carrying his jacket as he did so.
Oh, done. I've done it. Oh.
He lay face downwards in the darkness, safe at last for a while. But the search went on. The man called Freddie kicked at an empty beer can. He swore incoherently.
What the devil is he?
The man in the wagon knew it was only a question of time. He stood up and quickly removed his tie, doubling it up and knotting it, prepared to use it to strangle anyone who attacked him.
Freddie, moving down the line, paused.
What's this? I think the cloth torn from a jacket. And that means he's in here.
Freddie clambered into the truck, paused, and peered into the half-darkness. He reached into his pocket, withdrew a small automatic, but he had no opportunity of using it. The tie was thrown quickly around his throat.
Me? Oh, you, You shoot to kill, but there's no chance.
In Mrs. Peel's apartment, John Steed had assembled a toy train on the carpet and was demonstrating the art of shunting two trains whilst allowing an express to roar around on its track.
You see, Mrs. Peel, it takes a bit of working out. The express doesn't stop. The other trains have to be moved from that siding to this one. Tricky.
But why?
Huh?
Well, why do we have to create the problem in the first place?
It's my nephew Willie. He's retarded. This will give him something to concentrate on.
Well, if we can't do it, how can we expect a retarded child to?
That's a reasonably good point.
You didn't move the point, Steed. That's why the crash occurred.
Well, perhaps I'd better give him something a little more simple.
I think it would be a good idea. Oh, excuse me. Emma Peel?
Mrs. Peel, is John Steed with you?
Yes, he is. Who shall I say is calling?
Lucas. Just tell him it's Lucas. It's urgent.
All right. Steed, it's a man called Lucas. He wants to talk to you urgently. You better take it.
Of course. Hello, Steed here.
Steed, Mark Lucas. Look, I'm onto something big. I can't talk now, but you must meet me off the 8:10 train at Norbury. Got it? The 8:10 at Norbury.
Yes, I understand, Mark, but why...
I just killed a man, and I may have to kill again. But you must help me, Steed. You must.
Right. The 8:10, Norbury Station. I'll be there.
Trouble, Steve?
Sounds like it. We've got to stop playing at trains, Mrs. Peel, and start taking them. Come on.
And so, some hours later, Mrs. Peel and John Steed found themselves on Norbury Station. It was still cold.
Oh, this had better be important. Dragging a girl away from a fireside.
I agree. I think a bed, an electric blanket. I've no more idea of what it's all about than you have. I know that Mark Lucas isn't a man to over-dramatize. If he wants help, he wants help.
And who exactly is Mark Lucas?
One of our senior agents. He said he was on something big and that he'll be arriving on the 8:10.
You know, I don't really approve of them.
Eh?
Electric blankets. They make one so self-sufficient. Tell me more about Lucas.
Well, he's a brilliant linguist. Been all over the place, all around the world. Bounced about the empire.
When there was one.
When there was one. Each time the Union Jack came down, he was the last person in the gunboat. Eventually, of course...
There were no more gunboats.
Oh, exactly.
And now, instead of fighting a magnificent last stand on the banks of some tropical river, he's speeding through the home counties on a very cold Thursday.
That's right. And as far as I'm concerned, he can't turn up too soon. Let's walk up and down the platform, Mrs. Peel. This may lead to monkey business. No brass monkey. Come on, step it up.
Towards Norbury, Mark Lucas sat huddled in the compartment. He clutched his briefcase, swaying with the movement of the train. He was edgy, tense.
Norbury! Next stop, Norbury! Norbury!
The ticket collector moved along the corridor, calling the next stop.
Next stop, Norbury!
Mark Lucas rose unsteadily to his feet, emerged from the compartment, and moved along the corridor, following the ticket collector. It was then that he saw the man Bart approaching. This was the other man who had tried to kill him. Lucas didn't stop to think twice. He stepped sideways into the nearest compartment. It had on the door a sign which read, "Just Mary."
What the devil?
Oh, really? Do you mind? We have got a reserve notice on the door.
I'm terribly sorry. I do beg your pardon. So sorry. Forgive me. Sorry.
Lucas realized that there was no time to lose. He left the newlyweds compartment and shot into the guard's van. It was empty. He hurriedly placed his briefcase amongst some luggage. The train screeched to a stop at the station. Lucas got out of the train. The train started up and pulled out of the station. Lucas looked about him. Rain was now falling in the wind. It was dark,
deserted. Lucas pulled the collar of his overcoat up around his neck. The train faded away into the distance. Lucas realized that he was completely alone. He walked towards the shelter of the station waiting room, lighting a cigarette. His footsteps echoed out hollowly on the uneven flagstones. The lighter blew out. All was now still apart from the wind. Lucas walked the platform. The waiting room appeared derelict. Nothing happened. And then, the sound of whistling. Faint, but recognizable.
The devil? Hello? Hello? Who's there? Who is it? Who are you?
Put your hands up, quickly, or this gun might go off. Come on now, do as I say. That's better. Stay like that. There's a train coming. Listen to it. Listen, Lucas. No, don't move. Don't move.
As the train screamed through the station, the revolver shot that killed Mark Lucas was not heard. Lucas sank to the platform. The man moved over to the sign that read Norborough. He reached up and removed it. Underneath was an old, battered sign. It read, Chase Halt. It creaked in the wind. The rain streamed down. Lucas lay face downwards. The puddle beneath him turned to scarlet. Eventually, even the wind died. On the real Norborough station, John Steed and Emma Peel paced up and down impatiently. The train arrived at last, drew in, and stopped.
Well, this is it, the A10. I don't see Lucas.
You think he might have missed it?
No, he was too definite. No one getting off at all. I think we'd better get on the train, Mrs. Beale. He may have fallen asleep. Come on.
Steed and Mrs. Peel walked the whole length of the corridor, peering into each compartment.
Can't see him. That's very strange.
You say he's about 50, balding, 6 feet and rather heavy?
That's right. No one like him. Very strange. What's their hunch, Mrs. Peel?
I'm trying to get them up, actually. What have you in mind?
The guard's van. The only place I haven't looked. What you say?
I'm very intrigued by that sign that reads just married. I don't think people went into that kind of publicity these days. Very odd.
Mrs. Peel would have thought it even more odd had she heard what the bride was saying.
Now, look, you get away and keep your hands to yourself, Bart. I was engaged for the job, but there are limits. Don't go getting over-enthusiastic. My husband is a very jealous man.
John Steed had taken an urgent phone call from Mark Lucas, one of Britain's top secret agents. Lucas had told him that he was onto something big, but couldn't divulge more information over a telephone. He'd requested that they meet his train at Norborough at 8:10. Steed and Mrs. Peel kept the appointment, but Lucas didn't get off the train, and so Steed and Mrs. Peel got onto it. They had searched all along the corridors, but had had no luck. Steed was quite worried, as Mark Lucas wasn't the sort of man to ask for help unless he was in a very tight spot. Mrs. Peel, still intrigued by the just married sign on the compartment door, knocked smartly and entered.
Beg your pardon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wrong compartment. It has got a notice up, you know. Has it? I didn't see. Yes. Just married. We'd like to be alone if you don't mind. Oh, yes, of course. I'm so sorry. Oh, congratulations, by the way. Bye-bye. I wonder if that notice wasn't a mistake. Seems to attract people, not put them off.
You know who that woman is?
Never seen her before in my life.
She must have gone up Norborough. Better keep an eye out. We've got trouble enough without prying eyes. If she comes back and causes trouble, let me know, right?
Right. Meantime, since it's supposed to be our honeymoon, couldn't we order just one bottle of champagne? Just for appearance's sake. Please, Bart?
In the restaurant car, Miss Mrs. Peel chose a seat and looked around her.
Can I help you, madam?
Oh, thank you, but I'm waiting for someone. I can't understand it. This man said he'd be here 10 minutes ago. Perhaps you've seen him. He's about 50, 60, rather heavily built, going bald.
No, madam, no. I'll see no one I can. Can I help? Oh, lady's lost her friend. Lost? Off the train? Well, your friend can't have gone far, can he?
Well, he isn't actually a friend, exactly.
Oh?
No, he seemed agitated, so I spoke to him, and, well, he said he was in trouble.
I see. And what else did he tell you?
Just that he was broke. That's why I lent him the money.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, £5. I gave him £5.
So that's why you're so anxious to find him. Yes, excuse me.
The ticket collector searched in his waistcoat pocket and withdrew a small bottle. He unclasped the lid and popped a lozenge into his mouth. And Mrs. Peel suppressed a smile and raised an eyebrow.
Tranquilizer. 20 years on the railway plays the very devil with one's stomach. I'm so sorry I can't help you, ma'am. He probably gave you the slip at Norborough. Yes, that's the most likely thing. Slipped off at Norborough. That's what he must have done.
The ticket collector disappeared from the restaurant car and headed for the guard's van. In the guard's van, Steed was making a quick search. There were several large packing cases and various crates.
All big enough to contain a body. Can't open up all of them. What the hell is this?
Steed turned to a large trestle table and lifted a sheet of tarpaulin.
An Egyptian mummy case. How extraordinary.
Steed managed to get the lid off without much difficulty.
How extraordinary. Empty. Just a paper bag. Sandwiches. Look rather tasty.
Steed helped himself to a sandwich, munching away delightedly when the ticket collector said,
Well, bread's amazingly fresh. Liver sausage. It would have been more tasty on rye bread. As it happens, I prefer white bread. Oh, so sorry, I didn't realize it. What are you doing in here, sir, if I may be so bold? Well, I'm looking for someone. In there. Well, he always was a mummy's boy. Well...
It was at that moment that Steed noticed Mark Lucas's briefcase down amongst the luggage. Without batting an eyelid, he stooped, picked it up, and sauntered away, saying,
Norborough was your only stop, wasn't it? That's right, sir. Well, then he must still be on the train. Thank you.
Steed made his way back to the restaurant car. Mrs. Peel wasn't there. She'd found herself an empty compartment. As Steed started to walk past, she rapped on the glass.
Any luck?
Well, unless he's traveling incognito as a young bride, he isn't on the train.
I managed to pick this up in the guard's van.
Steed dropped the briefcase down on the seat. The little leather tag had the name Mark Lucas clearly printed upon it.
This means he is on the train.
Was. And he's in trouble. It's standard procedure. If an agent hits trouble and has to run, he has to leave something behind, something to identify.
But if this is true, then where did he run to? We know he didn't get off at Norborough. The train doesn't stop anyone else. Is the case locked?
Yes.
King's Cross! King's Cross! End of the line!
Come on, Mrs. Steele. We'll attend to this back at my place.
Excuse me, madam. A gentleman asked me to give you this.
The attendant handed Mrs. Peel a £5 note.
He said to apologize for the inconvenience. Bye.
You know, I really must try that one a bit more often.
As the train drew into the station, Mrs. Peel followed Steed along the corridor. As they passed the door with Just Mary on it, Bart and his so-called bride were picking up their things.
Oh, goodbye. Have a happy honeymoon. Thanks. Come on, dear, let's go.
Not so fast. Do you see what that man is carrying under his arm?
Just a briefcase.
Mark Lucas's briefcase. Must have picked it up here on the train.
What do we do?
Leave this to me.
Bart placed one hand underneath his coat, checking on the gun in its holster. Then, turning up the collar of his coat, made after Steed and Mrs. Peel, who were heading for a taxi rank. Watch it, Steed. The journey isn't over yet. In Steed's apartment, the briefcase presented little trouble to open.
Yeah. Small automatic.
A wallet. A label marked 4767. Framed photo of a sweet old lady. Is mother?
Auntie Maud.
Do you know her?
Maud, M-A-U-D. Microfilm and unciphered documents. Army issue pouch.
Agents for the use of.
Right. What else?
4767. 4th of July, 67. Independence Day?
Could be. Lots of papers. Take us some time to decipher these.
Steve, there's other photographs here. This one, Edward Salt. He was on the train. Personal secretary to Admiral Cartney.
You sure he was on the train?
Yes. Who's Admiral Cartney?
Big wig at the Admiralty. Might be worth looking into this while I tackle the paperwork.
Shall be done. First thing in the morning. Right now, I'm going to put the kettle on for coffee. I shan't be long.
Steed returned to the examination of the briefcase when...
All right, I'll get it.
Bart stood in the doorway, a newspaper in one hand, and behind the newspaper, a gun. Bart smiled, raised the newspaper, but Steed, sensing that something was very wrong, slammed the door shut. There was a shot. Steed waited, slowly and cautiously, opened the door. Bart fell into the room, dead. Mrs. Peel entered from the kitchen at speed.
Steve, what the... Whoops. You really are going to have trouble with your cleaning lady. She must be fed up with this sort of thing.
He tried to kill me.
Antisocial. But you ruined his honeymoon.
Eh?
This man, he was on the train, accompanied by a blushing bride. They were the ones I checked on.
Let's see what he was carrying on him. Wallet? Yeah, he was carrying a rail ticket. Chase Holt Station.
What's that?
About 3 stops down the line from Norborough, except that nothing stops there anymore.
Oh? Why?
Because Chase Holt closed down years ago. I think we shall have to take yet another train journey. Don't you, Mrs. Peel?
John Steed and Emma Peel had got off at Norborough Station to help Mark Lucas, a top-secret agent, who was in trouble. They'd missed him at the station, but picked up his briefcase on the train back to London. The contents of the case were extremely interesting. Most of the papers were in code and would take Steed some time to decipher. But there was also a photograph and information on Edward Salt, personal secretary to Admiral Cartney, a bigwig at the Admiralty. Before following through on the death of Bart and making a visit to Chase Holt, Mrs. Peel dropped in at the Admiralty. Her visit had been arranged nicely. She was now a journalist.
Well, thank you so much, Admiral, for the conducted tour. I really didn't think my readers warranted more than a junior aide.
Public relations, my dear lady, are most important. You write a good piece for us, and it helps recruitment, and we get a better choice of man. Good job all round, what?
Oh, that is true.
Yes, after all, your women readers want much the same thing as we want in the Admiralty.
Really?
More able-bodied men, what?
A few more questions.
Yes, far away.
What exactly do you do?
Oh, dear. I do wish you hadn't asked that.
But since I have?
Well, I'll tell you, but it does make me sound like a sort of travel agent. Me, who fought 5 major sea battles in the last war. Still, looking at it another way, it is important work.
What is?
Well, I take care of all the travel arrangements for VIPs, wherever they go, on land or sea. I don't mind the sea bit, but on land.
In other words, if someone important wants to go from A to B, you make sure they're comfortable.
No, more than that. I make sure they're secure, yes. Can't have people popping off half the government, you know. No, have to make sure all is well and shipshape. Have to check every security arrangement. Oh, yes, which reminds me. Salt.
Yes, sir?
Pop this file back into top secret register.
Yeah, good, sir. By the way, sir, Mrs. Hamilton called.
Yes, I'll speak to her. See Mrs. Peel ashore, will you?
Certainly, sir.
Well, thank you, Admiral, for your cooperation.
Pleasure, my dear, pleasure.
This way, Mrs. Peel.
Good day, Admiral.
Hello, you gorgeous little sailor's friend. When are we going to splice the main brace, hey, you beauty? What?
It was later that day that Steed and Emma Peel got themselves to Chase Halt. It was another cold and windy day. The station building was deserted and filled with cobwebs. Old weighing machines and slot machines stood amongst the piles of rubbish. The windows were filthy. There was a general air of decay.
What's the smell?
Old refuse, decaying timetables, sunny seaside posters. Oh, look at this. Broken window pane and something that looks suspiciously like a bullet hole. Glass fell inwards, so if it is a bullet hole...
The gun was fired from the platform.
Right.
How'd you get on with the notes from the briefcase? Did you manage to decode anything important?
Well, it was a bit diffuse. It appears that Lucas had stumbled onto a plan to pop off a VIP. He couldn't say who or where.
A VIP? Now, that would make a link to friend Salt. His boss takes care of all the travel arrangements for VIPs. Cartney, the amorous admiral.
What was the amorous?
Oh, I can tell by the way he looks. So we don't know who the VIP will be.
Lucas hadn't found out when he drafted the papers.
Did he say who he suspected was going to do the job?
Nothing specific, just some splinter groups, fanatics. He managed to intercept some radio messages.
What was that?
It was as though there's someone or something in the waiting room.
Steed walked swiftly across the platform and kicked in the door.
Hey, what's the idea? What are you doing? You're trespassing. You know that? This is my station.
Your station?
Well, I bought it. Well, I'm negotiating to buy it. Humble beginnings, you know. I have high hopes. One day, maybe, a mainline station.
King's Cross or Waterloo?
Oh, a terminus, yes. That's what I've got set my heart on.
You mean you live here?
Oh, that's right.
Well, isn't it noisy?
Well, does a Venetian complain of the sound of water?
Oh, I didn't realize it was quite the same thing.
My name is Crew. I live in the signal box down the line.
Do trains ever stop here?
Oh, not for the past 9 years.
Are you always here?
Always.
Were you here last night?
Of course.
You sure?
Yes, 100%. Whoa. Why do you ask?
Answer my question first.
Well, last night. Yes, I had a phone call from a dealer with an 1892 water cistern. Jubilee commemorative issue. Mint condition. Now, at the price quoted, it was a giveaway. Absolute giveaway.
Did you get it?
No. When I got there, it was a practical joke. It was a final insult. I missed the last train and had to take a bus. A bus, I asked. Yeah. Express. Get on, son. His name's Watkins. Wilson. Very nice fella. Yeah, I got a good feel for planes at Wilson. Well, it's a pity about old Tate Holt. But then, I'll look after it best I can. Well, I wrote to the Queen, but she didn't answer. I must have got the wrong address. Loco Spiders, are you?
Loco? Oh, yes.
Well, okay, why not drop in the signal box for some refreshment?
Well, some other time.
Oh, well, suit yourself. I must get on now.
As the old man turned away, a long parcel wrapped in sacking crashed to the floor.
Oh, darn it. Practical jokers. Hey, who would I found in the ladies' waiting room?
The old man unwrapped the sacking. Steed and Emma Peel found themselves looking down at a nameplate, Norborough.
Station nameplate, Norborough.
Is this station identical with Norborough?
Oh, yes. Well, in almost every detail. It's the Scott Simon design. He was the architect, you see. Oh, there's about a couple of dozen of them up and down the country.
Very interesting. Thank you. Oh, 4767. Does that mean anything to you?
Oh, no, I can't say it does. Well, I must be getting along. Bye for now.
You think he's involved?
Very involved. Obsessed is a better word. Plain loco.
A nameplate. The 2 Norborough for the price of 1. See, you were saying something about Lucas intercepting some radio messages.
Yes, from their HQ, wherever that is, Lucas couldn't get a fix. As soon as he beamed in on their transmissions, they moved away. Packed up the whole HQ.
Doesn't make sense.
Steed had been wandering about the untidy waiting room. He walked across to a large toolbox, which read, "In case of fog." He opened it.
I don't see how an HQ could be moved all that easily. Well, perhaps Lucas will fill in all the gaps when we find him.
No, I don't think that's possible, Mrs. Peel. Look.
Mrs. Peel moved across and looked into the tool chest.
Lucas?
Yes. Shot. Except poor Lucas. Maybe this was their headquarters.
The oldest established permanent floating headquarters.
From one derelict railway station to another.
Could be. What now?
Well, first we'll get poor Lucas discreetly moved, and then we'll give friend Salt at the Admiralty some information. Some homemade information.
If he is the leech, and it almost certainly is, then, well, we'll just see where he takes that information.
Exactly. We'll put some salt on his tail, in fact. Come on.
Later, in the Admiralty, the red scrambler phone rang.
Admiral Carter, RN. Yes, yes, sir. Certainly. Salt? Yes, sir. Sir Rodney. Yes, Sir Rodney. I've got your coded signal in front of me. Periscope photographs. Yes, I like it. Like it very much. Photograph, sir? Thank you. Oh, yes, Sir Rodney. Oh, this is a scrambled call, isn't it? Yes, can't be too careful. Look, the Chief of the General Staff retiring. There's a collection. Oh, tell me, what do you think? 10 shillings or go mad and give him £1? Huh? Okay, yes. I just wanted to clear it with you. Yes, I've got that. Don't worry. Top security. Well, Salt, action at last. Top secret maneuvers. A planned tour of the enemy's offshore installation. Distant and careful.
Hello?
Bill, I think Salt's taken the hook. I tailed him from the Admiralty to the station. He's just about to board the Liverpool train. Now I'm following him.
Does it stop at Nordra?
That's the one.
I'll meet you there.
Right.
Bye.
But also boarding the train for Liverpool were a newly married couple. The girl, slipping her arm through her husband's, suddenly halted.
Hey! Wait, see that man? The one in the front with the bowl and the umbrella? That's him. That's the one Bart went after.
What? Sure? Bart didn't report back, did he?
Missing. Believed dead. We'd better look into this, hadn't we?
More trouble coming up in the rear, Steed. John Steed and Emma Peel had found the body of Mark Lucas in a disused waiting room at Chase Halt. It was clear from duplicate nameplates that read Norborough that he'd been tricked into getting off the train and had been murdered. From a thorough investigation of Lucas's papers, John Steed had managed to learn that there was to be an assassination of a VIP. What the plan was, who were the killers, and even who was the chosen victim was still a mystery. But suspicion had fallen on Edward Salt, personal secretary to Admiral Cartney, and Steed had arranged to have some false information passed on to the Admiralty. It looked as though Salt had taken the bait. Steed followed him to the Liverpool train, having made sure that Mrs. Peel was fully in the picture. Salt boarded the train, entered a compartment, placed his case on the rack, and settled down behind a newspaper. Out in the corridor, Steed stopped and raised the handle of his umbrella to his lips. He clicked a small switch. A piece of the handle flew open. Steed spoke softly into the mesh of a concealed microphone.
I haven't let Salt out of my sight, and so far he hasn't made any attempt to contact anyone, nor has anyone attempted to contact him. I'm going to join him in the compartment. The train's just about to leave.
Sorry, Barry. Tickets, please. Have your ticket ready, please. All tickets, please. First stop, Dover. Tickets, please.
Evening. Thank you.
Yours, sir?
Here somewhere. Yes. Here we are.
Thank you.
There is a diner on the train, isn't there?
That's right, sir. 2 along the corridor.
You do the journey often?
Pretty often, yes.
Salt retired behind his newspaper. The 8:10 to Liverpool roared on into the night. When Salt went to dine in the restaurant car, so did Steed. He returned slightly ahead of Salt and sat deliberately in the wrong seat.
Oh, I say, would you mind if we changed seats? Mine was reserved. I find it makes me a bit sick if I have my back to the engine.
Oh, certainly, not at all.
As Steed moved to swap seats, he noticed the reserved note stuck above the seat.
Seat 4, compartment 7, carriage 67. 4767.
Out in the corridor, the groom left the just married compartment and sought out the ticket collector. Their conversation was brief and straight to the point.
I was just coming to look for you. That man seated in Salt's compartment.
I think he's trouble. He was the man Bart went after.
Right. In that case, we'd better tip Salt off about it, hadn't we?
When Salt came out into the corridor to stretch his legs and have a smoke, the ticket collector drew him a little to one side. Minutes later, Salt entered the compartment again. Steed appeared to be dozing, leaning heavily on his umbrella. Upon opening his eyes, he found himself looking down the wrong end of a revolver.
Stay right where you are. Don't move. And don't speak.
But you'd better start that tape recorder in the umbrella going, hadn't you, Steve? On Norbury Station, Mrs. Peel, having driven down at top speed, faced the platform well wrapped up against the cold night air. In the train that was hurtling through the dark towards her, the bride and groom were talking.
Well, what's the news?
All taken care of, my love. All taken care of. Norbert.
Mrs. Peel hastily scanned the few passengers who alighted. No sign of John Steed. She moved swiftly up the platform, stepping back hurriedly when she recognized Salt, relaxing in his seat. She was about to move on when she noticed Steed's umbrella hanging from the rack. Salt left his seat and walked out into the corridor. Mrs. Peel nipped swiftly into the compartment and grabbed at the umbrella as it swung gently to and fro. Only just made it, Mrs. Peel. Later, in the just-married compartment, the bride and groom looked up as the door opened. The ticket collector entered.
Salt's just leaving next stop. Good. It isn't that message he brought us. Lies from beginning to end. Not a word of truth in it.
Sure.
Positive.
Oh, dear.
He'll be going back to his office sometime tonight.
In which case, I'd better be there to deal with him. Hadn't I?
Mrs. Peel headed for London and let herself into Steed's apartment.
Steve? Steve!
Forlorn hope, Mrs. Peel.
Now, why would Steve leave his umbrella? What did he say? An agent in trouble always leaves something behind as an identification. Let's see.
It didn't take Mrs. Peel long to find the secret in the handle.
Salt out of my sight, and so far he hasn't made contact with anyone, nor has anyone attempted to make contact with him. Next, joined him in the compartment. The train's about to leave. Stay right where you are. Don't move, and don't speak.
Mrs. Peel stared at the umbrella, then hurried to the phone. Within minutes, she was talking to Admiral Cartney.
Admiral, Mrs. Peel, sorry to disturb you.
Always pleased to get a call from a lady in the evening, but it's long after 8 bells, you know.
Look, I'm sorry, but I have to see you. It's very important and concerns a security leak. And your secretary, Edward Salt.
Security? What the devil's it all about?
I'll tell you when we meet. Your office in half an hour, right?
Mrs. Peel wasn't the only one to visit the Admiralty that evening. The groom had beaten Salt back to town and was hiding behind the wall drapes, waiting his time. He didn't have long to wait. Salt entered the office swiftly and made for his own desk, switching on a small table lamp and pulling out drawers. The groom moved forward, fitting a silencer onto his gun. He was whistling quietly, rather appropriately, the wedding march.
What the devil? You! What do you want? Why are you pointing that at me? What have I done?
I think you've forgotten who pays you. The signal you gave us was a fake. The HMS Pyrocanthus in mothballs has been for years. So the General Staff won't be visiting enemy installations, will they?
Well, I got it from the Admiral. You've got to believe me.
You could be right. You could be telling the truth.
Well, then?
In that case, it means that you are under suspicion. Sorry, sir. It's too close to the big day. Can't take risks, old boy. Sorry.
The groom bent over Salt to make sure the work was complete. He was still humming the wedding march. With a smile, he took the white carnation from his buttonhole and dropped it on the body, and hurried out of the room by one door, as Mrs. Peel and the Admiral entered by another.
Mrs. Peel, you haven't explained.
I will, given time, I promise. If we can just search his desk, I'm sure I can find something.
Hold on. A whiff of grape shot in the air.
The Admiral advanced to Salt's desk and found the body.
My dear girl, I do owe you the most sincere apology. There is something going on.
There was. Someone beaten us to it.
Mrs. Peel stooped and picked up the buttonhole.
Until death do us part. Oh, sorry, just thinking aloud.
Oh, please don't. Not in that vein. Those words send a cold shiver right through my timbers.
A sailor's fancy.
Sailor's fancy is fancy-free. I've spent my whole life avoiding the final splicing. Never dropped anchor in one port long enough to... didn't you say you want to search the place?
Admiral, is there any particular VIP about to travel anywhere at the moment?
There's always a VIP about to travel somewhere. Every waking minute of the day there's someone on the move. Why?
I was just thinking. Lucas was onto something. A VIP getting popped off.
Over my dead body?
Well, it could be. And what's this? London to Norborough, first-class return.
Oh, must be 100 of them. Man must have had an obsession about railways. Impertinence. Railways run on land. And to think that he used to sit in that office...
Look, Admiral, they're all punched.
Huh?
See? All punched neatly through the middle O in Norborough.
Blistering barnacles. I mean, the holes about the side.
Oh, that self-respecting microdot. Makes sense, doesn't it? Salt fills in the O with a microdot.
The ticket collector clips it out.
And bingo, the message is passed on.
Passed on to a ticket collector.
The ticket collector on the Norborough run who takes tranquilizers for his stomach. Well, he's going to need them in future.
That's fighting talk, Mrs. Peel. Mrs. Peel had lost John Steed. In checking up on Edward Salt, she'd raced to Norborough Station to keep an appointment with Steed. He wasn't there, only his umbrella swinging gently from the luggage rack. Mrs. Peel had managed to collect it and listen to the message Steed had recorded upon the secret apparatus in the handle, but it hadn't told her very much. She'd turned for help to Admiral Cartney, and they'd found Salt's body. Now, Mrs. Peel was sure she was on the right lines. Railway lines, which would take her to Chase Halt Station yet again. In the station was a train. The ticket collector opened a door. The man who was posing as a bridegroom climbed in.
How'd he go? Splendid. Mr. Salt is no more, and I brought you a little keepsake. A memento. It's Salt's mini camera. Might be useful.
Good. Let's see how your worthy bride is getting along. Are you making progress?
Yes. Nearly finished.
The bride was working on the floor, installing a bomb under the corner window seat.
Just reassure me. How do we know that the vibrations of the train won't set it off?
You'll have to take my word.
She has a good list of credits. It's all very fine, but never anyone as important. What triggers the bomb off?
A radio signal.
Where will it come from?
From this train.
Sounds dangerous. There should be at least a mile between us. We don't want to blow ourselves up as well.
We won't. At the moment it goes up, we'll be speeding away in the opposite direction. Now relax. We all have our problems.
What's yours?
Well, for instance, how do we get this carriage off this train and onto his train?
Easy. Here's your answer.
The ticket collector produced a series of very official stick labels. He showed them to the group. They all read,
"This carriage to be commandeered and prepared for VIP train."
Very important person.
Very.
I'll transfer this carriage tomorrow, and I'll attend to it personally. I'll be sorry to see it go.
Not to worry. You may be losing a carriage, but he is gaining a bomb.
Mrs. Peel arrived at the deserted Chase Halt Station carrying Steed's umbrella. She immediately went to the tool chest where they had found Mark Lucas's body and was relieved to find it empty. Far off along the platform could be heard the querulous voice of old Crew. He was singing to himself as he went about his self-inflicted duty.
When I marry your daughter. Oh,
Mrs. Peel dodged back into the shadows as she heard footsteps approaching. A man approached, hand in coat pocket, clearly clutching a gun.
Are you Mr. Crew?
Oh, yes.
You live here?
Oh, I've got a little place in my signal box. Semi-detached. Here, further along the line.
You live alone?
Hey, why the questions? Who are you?
The man was about to withdraw his hand from his pocket when Mrs. Peel moved like lightning. She grabbed his wrist. It wasn't a gun at all. It was an identification card.
Mrs. Peel, Mrs. Peel.
I don't know you.
George Warren, I'm a friend of Steve.
Oh, yes? Then where does he buy his trilbies?
He doesn't. He wears bowlers and Bisons and Jameses. This is my identification card.
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Ah, but I thought of it first.
Special security watch all along this railway line.
Oh? Someone important traveling along it?
Perhaps you don't understand me, Mrs. Peel. Special security. Can't divulge details to anyone. And I mean anyone. Now then, what about you? What are you doing here?
I wanted Mr. Crewe's advice on a railway matter.
Oh, my experience is at your disposal, Mrs. Peel. But why don't we retire to my signal box? Talk over a nice cup of tea.
Splendid.
Now, what exactly is your problem?
Well, it's this umbrella. I want you to listen to it.
In the just-married compartment of the train, the ticket collector faced the bride and groom.
A mini camera of sorts. There was a film in it. A practical place to keep a film, I'd say. I've just had it developed. It's details of security on this line. They're sending a special branch man to visit every station along the route.
Well, so what?
Don't you see that means Chase Holt? They'll find Lucas's body. And that means the game is up. Unless I can get to the special branch man first. When do we reach Chase Holt? Coming up in about 10 minutes.
The groom grinned and reached beneath the seat, producing a Tommy gun.
Splendid. An unscheduled stop is indicated, don't you think?
In the signal box, drinking hot, sweet tea, Mrs. Peel demonstrated the mechanism of the tape recorder in the umbrella and said,
You see, in the background is the clatter of the train. Now, is it possible for you to pinpoint the exact section of a rail which made that noise?
Noise, madam. Poetry. Pure poetry. Another stanza, please.
Look here, Mrs. Peel. This may be all very interesting, but what does it all mean?
Steve's disappeared. This is the only lead I have. If I can find just where he was when he was held up, then it's a step in the right direction. Well, Mr. Crewe?
Well, let me hear it again. Oh, sounds all wrong. Yeah. There are 2 sets of diddly bombs. Oh, it's impossible. A train can't be going fast and slow at the same time.
You're right. Diddly bomb. Diddly bomb.
Yes.
You know, I don't think this part of the train at all. Just a minute. Diddly bomb. Diddly bomb. It's the Mark V tapping code, a sort of tricked Morse device so that man could communicate with each other in prisoner of war camps. Spool it back, Mrs. Peel. Give it to me again.
Right.
Debbage. That must mean Debbage Junction.
Oh, yes. Well, Debbage Junction is on this line. 9 lines with close couple of points of Hampstead design. The original lines laid down in 1899. Further modifications carried out on April 25th. Hey, that's funny. Train stopped at the station. Nothing ever stops here. There's something very wrong there. Must be something very wrong.
Back in the station, the train had stopped. The groom slipped out onto the platform. He headed for the tool chest and was amazed to see that it no longer contained a body.
The boy in the signal box. It must be him.
Right. Holding the Tommy gun at the ready, the groom hurried up the line. In the signal box, Mrs. Peel was insisting that she should be told the complete truth.
Look, if someone important is traveling on this line, I have a right to know. Now, is it today?
Tonight.
But who is traveling tonight? I must...
Mrs. Peel had leapt at old Crewe, knocking him over into safety. But George Warren lay on the floor, dying. Mrs. Peel crawled over to him.
Who is it, Warren? Who's traveling this line tonight?
The Prime Minister.
Mrs. Peel and old Crewe only just managed to get to the train before it started to pull out. In the corridor, they paused to get their breath.
I still don't see why you had to pull me along.
You're my only ally, the only one I can trust.
That's extremely kind of you, but...
Look, all the others are dead or missing.
My dear lady, I fear that my services would be to no avail at all.
You're getting a ride on a train, aren't you? How could you turn your back on that?
Well, that is true, of course. Yes, this is a nice example of the 5 oblique stroke 7/7 type carriage.
Yes, well, let's go into details later. We must find Steve. Come on. I'll start here. You follow the ticket collector.
Ticket collector? Then what?
Watch him. See what he does, where he goes. And come back and tell me. Off you go.
Poor old Crew did his best, but the ticket collector and the groom had retired beyond the restaurant car to the galley, which turned out to be more a chief operations room than anything else.
We'll keep this door locked from now on. Only those who give the correct signal are allowed in. Are you comfortable, Mr. Steed?
John Steed was handcuffed by one hand to a steel chair.
I have been worse. I thought you should witness the final phase. Thought it might amuse you. Oh, very decent of you. Yeah, it's for me, really. A coup isn't a coup unless someone is there to see it. Someone to impress.
I'm afraid I shan't be able to applaud with these handcuffs on. Still, I can shout author, if that'll help.
The look in your eyes will be enough.
Apathy?
Agony. You see, I'm going to kill your Prime Minister.
But presumptuous. How do you know which way I voted?
I'm not considering your politics, merely your patriotism.
It's greatly exaggerated.
I think not. Our trains will pass at about 8:57, and then you will hear the Big Bang.
Mrs. Peel, searching for the missing John Steed, had called at Chase Halt to enlist the help of old Crew, the self-appointed owner of the station. They hadn't got a lot further forward, and another special security man, George Warren, had been killed. But the train from Norborough had made an unscheduled stop at Chase Halt, and Mrs. Peel had bundled old Crew aboard. They'd begun a systematic search of the train, hoping to find Steed. But Steed was held captive in the galley, firmly handcuffed to a steel chair. The ticket collector, who turned out to be the arch-villain of the piece, was explaining to Steed how he intended to kill the Prime Minister.
Yes, Mr. Steed, 8:57. At that time, we'll be running through Durbridge Station. Durbridge, population 2,413. A principal industry, manufacture of glass eyes for teddy bears. Fame, non-existent. But after tonight, there won't be a person in the civilized world who hasn't heard of it. After tonight. After I've pressed this button at 8:57.
The ticket collector's hand hovered over the button.
A bomb, Mr. Steed. Your Prime Minister is sitting on a bomb.
Activate it from this train. You press the button as the train starts.
At top speed. We shall be a mile away by the time it explodes. The end of a hard road, a long road. 21,214 miles to be exact, shuttling back and forth.
Mobile headquarters. Ingenious. Defies detection. Nice way to make contact as well.
Our agents merely board a train. What could be more innocent?
Very ingenious.
Just another few miles, Mr. Steed. That's all.
Old Crew, out in the corridor, had been trying to find the ticket collector. He followed an attendant who approached the restaurant car and gave a knock that was obviously a signal. Old Crew advanced, tried the handle of the door. It was locked. Crew thought he'd better find Mrs. Peel and report, whilst inside the restaurant car, the attendant walked through to the galley.
It could be trouble, sir.
What do you mean, trouble? We're almost there.
It's the woman who lost £5, sir.
What about her?
She's on the train, in compartment 4767.
I see. A friend of yours, Steve?
Yes, very good friend, actually.
Well, we must take care of her. The bride is still on the train, isn't she, Groom?
Next compartment.
Splendid. I'll talk to her.
The collector turned to some rather complicated mechanism that stood on a table near the bomb button, fiddled with it, and spoke into a small microphone. The bride, in her compartment, heard an urgent whisper from the air vent above her head.
We have an enemy in the next compartment. The woman who is always prying upon us. See to it. Kill her now.
The bride seemed to show no surprise at all. She merely got up, took an automatic from her handbag, and slipped into the corridor. Mrs. Peel appeared to be dozing when the door of her compartment slid open.
Oh, so it's you. It'll be a pleasure.
The bride leveled the gun. Mrs. Peel swung an elegant leg and kicked the gun out of her hand. As though with a continuation of the same movement, Mrs. Peel launched herself across the compartment, butting the bride squarely in the midriff with her head. Thoroughly winded, the bride collapsed. Mrs. Peel grabbed her and threw her into the corridor.
You'd have done better to have stayed in your do not disturb compartment. I think if we tuck you under the seat, you might stay out of trouble.
In the operation galley of the train, the ticket collector had heard the sounds of the attack and realized that the bride had got the worst of it. John Steed grinned.
Hooray! Bravo! Oh, sorry. My patriotism got the better of me. I do apologize.
Groom, you better go and deal with things.
Be a pleasure. Nothing but a pleasure.
The groom left the galley, pausing only to pick up what looked like an innocent tray of tea things. Meanwhile, old Crew had found Mrs. Peel storing the bride under a seat.
Mrs. Peel, there are rules about these things, you know.
I'm just keeping British Railways tidy.
What happened?
We had a difference of opinion. We didn't agree.
What about?
Well, whether she should shoot me or not. How are you, Crew?
Oh, Mrs. Peel. Bum, diddy, bum, 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 bum.
I like it. It's catchy. I can't see it making the top 10.
No, you don't understand. The door to the restaurant, the one that leads through to the galley. It's locked, but there's a special knock to get in.
Don't tell me. Let me guess. Boom, diddy, boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Right, stay here. Keep an eye on the bride and leave this to me.
Mrs. Peel made it to the restaurant car in double-quick time. She approached the door.
Boom, diddy, boom, boom. Boom, boom.
See? The groom stood in the doorway. He held a tray in one hand, the teapot on the tray with the other. The spout of the teapot pointed straight at Mrs. Peel.
A teapot gun. Dinky little things, really, isn't it? Very effective for hold-ups in cafes, trains, things where orthodox guns are a bit obvious. Do back up, dear lady. I'm afraid you've been the teeniest bit too inquisitive.
Shouldn't you be at a wedding or something?
Oh, that's just at the sky to cover. They call me the groom. A session with me and people forever hold their peace, so to speak.
Fascinating.
I have a compulsive death wish. Other people's.
Really?
Mrs. Peel made a sudden movement backwards. The bullet from the teapot gun missed Mrs. Peel by a fraction of an inch. It shattered the glass of the window behind her.
Vandalism.
But it should show you that I mean business. Open the door.
The door?
Yes, that one, the outside one. Much nicer if your death looks like an accident, an unfortunate fall. Funny, really, being cast as the groom, and at heart I'm really an undertaker. Now, let's get this over with.
Mrs. Peel appeared considerably affected. She swayed as though about to faint.
Oh, dear, the weaker sex.
What?
Mrs. Peel delivered a beautiful uppercut. The teapot gun flew out of the open doorway. The tray crashed to the floor. Mrs. Peel waded in. The groom grabbed, and through the struggle attempted to push Mrs. Peel through the door. She replied by bringing her knee up viciously. The groom doubled up, tried to regain his balance by reaching for the door. He missed, tottered on the brink, and fell out of the carriage into the night.
Best man, I think.
Mrs. Peel reached out and grabbed the door, pulling it closed.
Oh, Mrs. Peel, don't you know it's extremely dangerous to lean out of a train while it's in motion?
We're not quite finished with danger. The restaurant car.
They made their way to the restaurant car. The door had been left open. The train roared on into the night.
Do you happen to have the right time, Mr. Steve? I make it 8:55. Another couple of minutes and the two trains will pass. We're running right on time. Splendid.
The collector removed the cover from the bomb button. His fingers tapped on the table. He could hardly keep from pressing the button prematurely. Mrs. Peel, moving through the restaurant car to the galley, found herself facing one of the attendants. She said,
"Evening?"
and hit him.
Watch out, Steve. The other one's got a gun.
Kill them!
Steed gripped the steel chair with his handcuffed hand and swung it at the other attendant.
The train is coming! The bomb!
Emma Peel sprang forward, grabbed a wire mesh in tray, and inverted it over the button. The ticket collector thrust a finger through the mesh, trying to press the button.
It's now! The time is now!
John Steed got an arm round the ticket collector's throat and pulled him steadily away from the control panel. The other train roared by and vanished into the night.
Over. The danger's past.
The ticket collector collapsed in a heap. And at that point, old Crew entered.
the communication cord! Pull the communication cord! Yeah! Oh!
Old Crew pulled that communication cord. About 10 yards of the stuff came away in his hand.
Oh, modern trains! They don't build them like they used to. Disgusting, I call it disgusting.
Suburb, my Jason Steele.
Delightful, Steve. Plenty of traffic on the road.
Yes, people should drive more carefully in this wet weather.
Say, I mean, look at that idiot.
We could park the car over there at the railway siding. Look what that poster says. It's safer by rail.